Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by a couple of my favorites, the Danger Brains. They are our branding agency, and hell, we've been working with them now for over 10 years, and they make us look really, really good.
Yep. If you're a small business out there and looking for a company to work with that can help your brand, help make you an awesome brand, and also help you with marketing and understanding that brand, like Danger Brand has done for us.
Yeah, we didn't really understand
how important branding was.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you can just look at other brands that Danger Brain has helped, like Gringos Locos. Look at how succinct their branding is with the mustache. They even implemented that catchphrase from my dad. They're like, keep it stashy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really go through and they find the little details that you need to connect it all together. BC Racing is another one. I got the sweatshirt on my desk.
Yep.
From top to bottom, they do everything, the design, the colorways, how you look, and how you're presented to other clients. And then, of course, Gabriella Plants. I mean,
what they've done for Gabriella is awesome.
That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
And so if you're looking for that and you're starting a business, go and talk to them. Or maybe you already have a brand, but you need a brand refresh, or you need someone to work with that can help make your brand better.
Yeah, thedangerbrain.com. Do what we did and sit down and talk to Sebastian and his brother and the team there. And I really think you're going to love it. I think you're going to like working with them. And I know for a fact you're going to love how you look.
Yep.
Wait, I can't say that. That's that fat guy that sells suits. You can't say you got to love the way you look.
Yeah.
Danger Brain.
Yeah, talk to them. You guys know if you like what we have done, it's because of the Danger Brain, thedangerbrain.com.
Eat fresh.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Another pair of Chuck Taylors I spy. Mm-hmm. Those are nice. How many pairs you up to now?
3?
You got
I don't have that many.
Red,
I just
black,
rotate them.
I need more than one pair of shoes.
Do you wear them sockless?
No, I got the little slippy socks.
The panty socks.
The
panty socks?
If you
Don't talk about my panties.
No, I call them panty socks. They're.
I've never heard that.
Me
You've
either.
never heard?
No.
Panty sock? What does that mean?
It's like the tiny.
The socks Tom puts over his dick and balls.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's like the ballerina shoe sock, the tiny, low cut.
All right.
I call them panty socks.
I thought they were called no-show. No-show socks.
I call them slippy socks.
Panty socks, it sounds like I can't ever... What do you call women's underwear? Panties?
Yeah. And these are panty socks. They're panty socks.
For some reason, I was just repeating yourself. For some reason, I was not envisioning Tom being the type of person that would refer to a lady's underwear as panties.
Me either.
I thought you would say, like, underwear. Is this underwear? I don't say panties.
It is weird hearing you say
Yeah,
panties.
it's weird.
I have tiny boxers that I call panties too.
I call my husband's panties.
What
Yeah.
the hell is wrong with you people?
Anyway.
It's underwear. All across the board, it's underwear.
Ross is here. How you doing, Ross?
Panty socks voted #1 worst show nickname.
Panty sock?
And Cadillac Pat is here. How you doing,
What's
Pat?
going on, gang? How we doing?
Hey, Pat, what's up,
I
buddy?
made it to the big leagues.
So,
what's up, dog?
this comes up as a
minor
big
league.
This is it.
Pat, I invited Pat in to tell a story about getting scammed that I thought was quite entertaining.
We're going to laugh at your expense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, right?
For sure.
Laugh at misfortune here.
But also it's a cautionary tale of buying stuff on the internet. Although I do feel like Pat fought through a bunch of red flags to buy. I feel
You
like
have no idea.
red flags
You
are
have no
hitting him
idea.
in the face
Is it
as
fighting?
he's sending money.
Yes.
Is it fighting through red flags, or is he just dumb?
No, I think it's a
And
classic.
I mean that with love. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
It's a classic,
It's a Leo in the Venezuelan chow-chow dogs scenario.
He
or-
actually made the check out to Red Flag LLC, right?
yeah. But it's the hoverboard or the hoverboat or what the hell is it called?
Hovercraft?
Hovercraft.
Hoverboard,
Goddamn,
hoverboat,
Panty
hovercraft.
socks.
It's a hovercraft psychology and the fact that people want something so bad they're willing to ignore all the red flags or the likely scams of it.
If you don't know
to
what
get
we're
there.
referring to, it's a hovercraft with jizz on it, and this redneck that we had on the line would do nothing. Nothing was stopping him from getting the hovercraft.
He couldn't hear jizz because he wants the hovercraft.
If someone jizzes in the woods, can you hear it? Oh, our guest is here. Hey, what's up, man? Come on in. You can just sit in here.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to run it loose today. I like that better. It's more fun.
Yeah. Our guest that's riding a bike with Daniel after the
Rodney's
show.
here. And he brought booze. You didn't need to bring anything. I'm
Oh,
supposed to be
Weller.
paying
All
you.
right.
Oh, my
Got
God.
the- got the good whiskey.
Yeah, now Sam's going to start drinking. Good to see you, man.
So we're doing the live podcast tomorrow at the Hurricane Party. Tickets are on sale at tomandan.com. And it starts at noon.
It does.
And we got it's an intimate venue, so it's going to
So
be.
bring your panty socks. We're getting intimate.
Yeah, man.
I think there's like 20 tickets left, so you still can get some tickets, and we're going to do an hour podcast and then hang out with you guys after.
Yep.
And then the Hurricane Party will start. So I think bands start at 1. So there's
Yeah, they just released the set times.
It's
if you follow
crazy.
West End.
the amount of bands they have performing is insane.
I don't think
it's crazy.
It's over 40, yeah.
Up until this point, I don't think I had an accurate idea of what even the staging was going to look like.
Yeah.
And then I started reading it, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is like a way bigger than it's ever been, I feel like, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
Or
sure.
am I wrong?
No,
I mean, this
it's
is
their
like
biggest one
back
they've
with
ever
a
done.
vengeance.
Oh,
'cause
no,
it's
no.
like-
There are bands starting at noon as well.
Oh,
so you
right.
can either
Okay.
watch us or go see
Yeah,
some
yeah.
bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
See the bands. We are bringing our scene
Well, do
material.
we even have to do it now? I mean, if there's bands, I kind of feel like we
You
should
can see,
just go see the bands.
Suburbs or colorblind dinosaurs.
Colorblind dinosaurs. How would they know what to eat?
Can we just talk with everybody? Be like, hey, we don't have to do a show.
Yeah.
Can we just?
Can we go watch the bands together?
Let's do that move that some like artists do, where you're on stage and you're having ultimate like PA or computer or DJ failure. You know, your instrument, you broke a string, or your guitars didn't show up. And let's do that thing where we sit Indian style and we tell, hey, just come up close. Just do this acoustic, man. Make this real acoustic. I hate it when people do that. I'm like, just cancel the show. I don't want the intimate. I don't want to sit Indian style. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
By the way, I can't. I'm so stiff. I cannot sit. Sorry, crisscross applesauce. Maisie
yeah,
gets me with that all
don't
the
say
time. She's
that.
like, don't say Indian style.
Oh, is that why they changed?
And I
it?
don't like
Yeah.
applesauce either.
Yeah.
Do you know, I just heard this on a podcast recently. It's not, I always thought it was Native American Indian. It's India Indian,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
where
I
yoga
just heard
comes
that
from,
too.
and that's a yoga pose.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. I
So
had no
saying
clue.
Indian style's fine.
Oh, it's back in, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck up Maisie with that. I'm gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot.
And that is, of course, unless I'm completely wrong about this.
I heard the same podcast.
I love it.
That was my favorite part of you and I doing trivia. Is Ross would give you the
Oh, yeah.
best explanation for exactly what we needed to do, and
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, he's right. And then he'd be like, unless I'm wrong.
And like, I made a real good
I
case.
believed it.
I made a real good case for that Led Zeppelin album cover based on the fact that Brock has a tattoo in the brothers,
Venture Brothers.
the Venture Brothers,
Yes.
and I was completely wrong.
Yeah, but he sold this Led Zeppelin, Brock,
Tied it
Venture
all together.
Brothers,
Mhm.
Led Zeppelin tattoo. It's on him. It's the guy. It's the angel descending from Earth, the wings, the whole nine.
Icarus.
Icarus,
Yeah.
Icarus. And I'm like, yeah, 100% in, and it was wrong.
I was wrong.
That's okay.
Yeah, people should admit when they're wrong and just be fine with it. I see, like on
Ross is very good at it.
No,
He was
no.
like, I'm sorry, guys.
Sam came out 2 weeks ago, tried to tell us that giraffes have horns. I was like, bullshit, those things are not horns. I was fucking wrong. The second I learned it, I walked right back in. I said, Sam, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Those are horns on a goddamn
Could have
giraffe.
got that point on trivia. There's a restaurant in Boston called Indian Style. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Boston doesn't give any fucks.
I bet the food there's good as hell.
So
It's Indian style.
Get that what's the bread? The
Naan.
Yeah. Oh my! And you dip it in the gravy, the curry gravy. Oh Jesus Christ, that's good.
Oh, so Eric is also bringing out a bunch of discounted merchandise for the hurricane party. Like
He called it a hurricane
Wait a minute.
blowout.
That's not a good sign when everything's on liquidation. Do you need to tell me something?
Well, we had too much stuff piling up. There's we'll have.
Are you going to pickle, Tom?
30 sizes of some old T-shirt that Eric just has in storage, and I'm like, get rid of it.
Nothing but mediocre tart T-shirts, and I'm in a pickle.
The silverfish are eating it.
And his children are sleeping on boxes of T-shirts.
Like $5 stuff, the blue, red bandanas, keychains, all the a bunch of $10
$5 bandanas, $5 keychains,
$10 shirts. There's like 10 of them. Anyway, so
I didn't realize we have pink sunglasses, so I'm going to be snagging a couple of those.
When did we get pink
I don't
sunglasses?
know.
They're free.
They're free.
Wait, we have free pink sunglasses?
Yeah, pink and blue.
And Tom and Dan panty socks are 5 cents. That's your nickel item.
The panty sock.
Oh, also, we're bringing back the BDM Beach Party.
Yes.
That's happening in September. So if you're not a BDM, sign up before. I would say we'll probably send out the invites in July.
You guys are doing a hurricane party a week before hurricane season, and you're doing a beach party in September? All right, cool. Just check it out.
Wait till you see where we do Christmas. Oh, man. You're not going to believe it.
It's where we do it.
I'm September 11th.
We try to do it where it's not so packed that it's like then no one that when we do the party, it's like no one can get service because their normal beach crowd is already there. So we have to do it when it's a little slower.
Yeah,
anyway.
we got to take what
It's
we
for
can
the
get.
BDMs. Anyway,
What was that? Oh, that's 10 minutes. I made him scream. All right.
That's a new record.
So Pat, let's talk about you getting scammed.
Damn.
So I feel like a lot of people get scammed on the internet. I feel most people get ashamed to talk about it.
Have you ever been scammed on the internet? Let's start there.
I haven't. Too smart.
Well, I don't believe that's why.
No, it's not.
That's because you're also a
You
scammer.
just blew Ross's panty socks off.
No, for sure. It's just literally luck that I haven't been scammed. For
Well,
instance,
a scammer knows a scam.
then
Man,
what
that's why, yeah.
Scam sharpens
But-
scam. Yeah, I got an eBay scam. I bought early eBay when I wasn't married, still worked at the radio station, had an apartment on Goddard here in Orlando. I mean, I had no semblance of this life I'm living right now, and I found a Tenacious D poster that was from the first album. Where they're like, it's like the devil's on the back, and they're both like shirtless, like goat men, I think.
Okay.
It's like a dark album cover. And it was signed by Jack Black and Kyle Gass. And the guy had it up there, and it was like, it wasn't a lot. I think it was like $50.
Yeah.
Which, at the time, though, $50, $50.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And yeah, I sent my money in and everything, and we did not have the same recourse that we have now with eBay. eBay wasn't as big a thing. It was kind of looked at as like not scammy, but just unknown. It was a little more unknown.
Sure.
And I sent my $50 in, and sure enough, it came out of my PayPal account, and I never got my poster, and I kept writing them, and then I wrote eBay. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's one of the only times I can... And that one, not that it still hurts or anything, but it did change me into a person that...
You probably didn't want to use eBay again.
No, if you guys want to... You guys have heard me rail against Craigslist and all this dumb stuff on the show, and you're like, I wonder where that's rooted. That's where it's rooted. If you want the origin story of maybe why I don't like Craigslist, I don't like eBay, I don't like any of that stuff... It was because I got burned that one time, and it really kind of pissed me off.
But I feel like 99% of business transactions on the internet are fair as far as the person's actually selling.
High, though, right?
I thought you were going to go the other way.
No.
are scams.
I think 99's high. I think you got 95 sounds more comfortable to me.
Well, I mean, I think it's it can't be 5% is a lot of scams, and
a lot of people.
Even 1% of scams is hundreds of thousands of scams. Is for how many transactions are done. But anyway,
I get one legitimate email every month. I get every single day thousands and thousands and thousands of spam phishing emails, just constantly,
and
constant
spam
stream.
calls.
Every call I get is a scam.
Yeah, also spammerous.
Well, that's 100%. By the way,
I get so much junk mail that I finally got a fucking therapist, by the way, today. Like, Sam saw it happen, and I missed.
We got to talk about that, though.
We're going to talk about it. They sent me a patient portal, like, hey, you log in and you tell us how crazy you are. And we'll get to that. And I missed it because there's just so much scam emails. I wrote the lady, I was like, I don't think I got your email. No, it's there. It's just in between. The new one I get is, these natives showed my wife how big their ding-dongs were, and you can have a big native ding-dong too. And it's like a picture of a black guy with his dick out, and his dick's like 3 feet long, and he's like in the bush wearing a loincloth. So it's racial, it's weird.
God, I hope it's just a berry, not like a bug or something we have to eat.
There's a video about it. I think it's like an ayahuasca thing.
Have you guys been getting scam texts lately? Because look at the scam text I got literally 2 days ago, and it was weird,
This
too.
is from Sam, and it says, come back to the studio, we have commercials to record. Not a scam.
Yeah, so look what they got me because they got me to respond because it seemed like...
Which I was pissed about because I'm like, you never respond to my text.
Yeah, he did. The group text...
I have an unanswered text from the other night when I said, "What bay are you at?" Because I knew he was at Drive Shack. Never. I literally wandered around Drive Shack looking for his family.
What bay am I at? Michael Bay.
You have to get me while I'm looking at my phone. If it's in my pocket,
You're always looking at your phone.
I don't. Well, then
according to his son,
you looked at it and you closed it.
No. If you said what bay, I would have told you. I
did say what bay.
I didn't see it though. When I'm with my family, I can't look at my phone.
Okay, this is your scam text. It says, "Hi, I'm not sure if I added the wrong number. Are you a Bingy lawyer? A Bingy lawyer?" I don't know what a Bingby lawyer.
Yeah.
And then you say, "No, that's not me. I'm doing it as you. Sorry." And then they say, "I'm sorry, I looked into the number and found yours is surprisingly similar to my friend's number. Hope it didn't bother you." And you said, "All good, no bother at all," which is really pleasant, man.
That does sound like you're flirting. And no bother at all.
And then they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times, like back to back. It looks like a gang, spam, spam, spam. It says, "Thank you for your understanding. God bless the good people. Thank you for your understanding. God bless the good people. Thank you for your understanding."
There's a computer glitch. I was like,
God bless syntax. God bless syntax. God. And then you say, "Oh no." Then. Then it finally corrects itself, the computer or whatever, and it says, "Hi, nice to meet you and have a new friendship with you. My name is Annie, originally from Hong Kong. I am an Asian woman living in Manhattan, New York. How about you?" And you said,
you responded?
Yeah, he did. Now he's having fun. You were taking a poop, weren't you?
No,
because you said, wait.
Do it in the voice.
Wait, you even fucked up your text back to her, dude. Did you know that?
What?
You wrote, "I'm a New York living in Asia." Weird. You wrote "I'm," not a New Yorker or like.
No, that's exactly how Tom Fan texts. That's the standard.
You said,
I
you're messing with her.
I wanted to see where it went, but it didn't. And
you said, "I'm a New Yorker living in Asia."
His
Weird.
brain burped on the word "man."
And
that's
then
all.
Annie said, "Indeed it is. Where do you live?"
Yeah. I guess
And you
they're
didn't
just
get back to her.
fishing for information, or like they're.
I'll give you my address. Hold on.
Yeah, like
You could do that.
I guess if you do that, the computer probably scam or like puts out the bot. That
I guess I would ask is, does your wife know about Annie from Hong Kong?
I've seen a lot in the BDM group where the guys will be getting like a picture of like a half naked chick.
I get it once in a while.
I never get those.
It's like a top pic, tits out, and it says, "Hey, I'm back in the area. Hit me up."
Right.
And
that's me.
I was furious. My wife got to my phone before I did, and she knew it was a scam. I was like, "Fuck you! It could be real." Fuck you.
There's no possible way anybody send you a topless pic. So
I'm definitely at that stage with my wife now where she knows that I'm undesirable to anybody but my family. You know what I mean? Like I am. I'm just like I'm there and I'm theirs, and that's for good, and it's never changing.
I wish I was there because it makes me mad when Crystal thinks I'm cheating on her all the time, or there's so many girls out there.
Get fat again and grow a beard.
Do you really think she thinks you're cheating?
Yes.
Because I don't believe that. I think she's a really smart person.
Yeah, is she just fucking with you?
I think she's fucking with you, man.
No, she is crazy.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll get to that. We'll get
Like
to that.
most, super emotional people that think with their emotions.
Hi, I'm right here.
They don't think logically. They think crazy. They're not thinking like, "Oh, you were like no one's out. No one wants you." To me, like no one's. What do you even do? You go to work. You go home. Like. Who are you even
That's true.
interacting with?
You're no fun.
You know, I'm not. You know, if I was like, if I owned Miss America and I was hanging out backstage, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's an odd example, but I'll go with it.
If I owned Miss America,
if you hired bikini models and followed them into the bathroom to watch them model swimsuits every once in a while, I mean, maybe she'd have a case.
Yeah,
maybe she'd have a case.
Why do you think we're fucking bringing back the beach party? So he could rent a sweetie and then go and let me go in the bathroom and make sure you're wearing the right
the high size working right.
Yeah. Anyway, so
you got a bikini picture you can send me? I got a vet this.
Oh, we got too close to the truth. We got it anyway.
Back to Pat. So, Pat, let's start from the beginning. What are you trying to buy online?
I was trying to buy a pair of retro shoes that I've always wanted. So
Okay.
I'm a sneaker guy.
Well, what kind?
They're Charles Barkley, 94 Charles Barkley CB4s. They're white and blue. They're white, like white old Nikes. That are
Okay.
cool.
CB4.
Yes.
95 Barkley.
But Charles Barkley, they were called the fourth version of the Barkley.
Oh, CB4, like the movie.
Yeah,
That's
not like the movie, but
those shoes are ripping panty socks right off.
So, you know what's funny? I've never heard of anybody like wanting Barclays.
Oh no, they're hot.
They're coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they really are. That's you're
Just because they're rare.
There.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're cool. They're cool.
I've never
popular.
I've never heard of like nice Barclays. Like,
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to look at them and go, "Those shoes are terrible." You're supposed to say that.
Tom, you're saying this wearing 15-year-old flip-flops?
No, I know I don't know anything, but I've just always heard of Jordans or like
along the same elk of a Jordan, like the classic
McGrady. I mean, like when I worked at a shoe store, like
McGrady's.
Tracy McGrady had a sought after tennis shoes.
You worked at Home Depot too. I'm not going to let you fix my fucking sink.
By the way, I know nothing about podcasting either. I know nothing about any industry I've ever been in. So, all right. So you want these Barclays, and then where do you go to find them?
Well, somebody on Instagram just posted a photo of them. I follow sneaker pages on Instagram, and
Is red flag 1? Are we keeping track? Red flag 1.
Well, somebody just like a random.
Well, that's why we brought
page.
it in export. That's why you're here.
So I wrote, I love these. I want to get them.
No, you already showed your cards, dude.
Well, but
don't say how much you look. I'm not good at this.
I'll pay whatever you want.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I have unlimited budget for this.
If somebody posts Charles Barkley shoes online, the correct answer immediately is not, "I'll suck your dick for those." But you don't do that. You don't go all in.
No, this person wasn't selling them. This is just a sneaker page. I follow a sneaker page because I like old shoes. So somebody just
give a fire emoji. That's enough.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But then somebody, another page goes, "Yo, I got you." I guess this person
from seeing your comment.
Yes. And this was a sneaker reseller.
That is, I don't know if you've ever gone down to the interstate and seen the car dealership with the largest American flag in the world. That's this red flag version of that. Somebody DMing you from an Instagram comment.
Another red flag? Yo, I got you.
Yeah.
Anybody in the history of time that's ever said that doesn't have you. They don't have your best interest.
By the way, when I say that, I'm doing nothing. Like, when somebody says to me, like, "Hey, I mean, check us out hurricane party," I'm like, "I got you." I have no. I'm literally, that's as good as me not even answering you.
Yeah. And they don't have your best interest in mind.
No.
Yes.
So they see your comment that you like these shoes, and then they say, "Yo, I got you."
Yes.
And then that causes you to be like,
You got excited, didn't you?
"Oh, you have some for sale?"
Yes.
It invoked a response. That's what
did,
they were
'cause
going.
I
That's
want these
interesting.
shoes.
I have money. I'm willing to give anybody. So, what happened after he said?
So
"Yo,
I
got
said,
you"?
"Yo, how much are these shoes?" And they wrote $410. And I'm like, sneaker reselling. It seems about right for these shoes.
But not as much of a red flag. 420 would have been a red flag to me. 'Cause I'm like, I see what you're doing there.
So he actually sent a correct amount based on your knowledge.
Seemingly, yes. Seemingly
Okay.
for about the right. I said, no, it's way too much money. He's like, how much are you willing to spend? And I've dealt with other resellers in the past for sneakers and other stuff like this where I never follow through. They say a high price. You come back. It's like, the standard sales thing where it's high. You give them low and they meet you in the middle kind of thing.
It's called a negotiation.
Yes, there you go.
Standard sales thing will work.
I knew what you were saying, Pat. Don't let this motherfucker get you.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, you're stronger than all
head
of
of our
us.
sales department doesn't know what a fucking negotiation is.
If you
Snap all your necks.
Yeah, if you decided to go crazy in this room, it'd be hard to stop you. Maybe Rodney could do it.
Always got a gun
Don't
on him.
dox him.
You're safe when Rodney's
Yes. So I wrote back, I'm willing to pay $250. This seemed fair because that's way more than the retail price of them. So I'm still like making a fair offer.
Okay.
And
did he show you a picture?
yeah, send me a video of the shoe.
Oh.
Okay.
In his.
That might
He's
have pulled
reeling
me
it in.
Yeah, video
I
would've
know.
got
I
me.
feel like
It was
we
weird
can
though.
go
In the
deep into
video,
this.
Vladimir Putin was wearing them. It was weird.
Boy, he was gripping that desk. Had a death grip on that desk. I think he had a stroke.
This is a good scammer because the video, to me, psychologically is better. It's
It
like,
is
oh,
better.
it's real.
Yes.
And even though it's like, he could have got this video anywhere.
And let's do this too. Let me throw this out there too. I like that we're giving a little bit of love to the scammer. And it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Oh,
really,
I gave him love after. After he got my money, I was like, dude, thumbs up to you. You got me.
I mean,
Hold
the
on,
video,
let's get to that
the
part.
video
Yeah, we'll get to
the
way deep,
psychology of the video. You're exactly right. Like I always assume that if you're for instance, it applies to like a realtor. Just pictures of a house is great, but if I'm looking at a home and they have that 360 camera, the walkthrough, the virtual, I'm like kind of a sucker for that stuff. Are you a packaging guy?
You mean like the fit and finish of like a shoebox?
Yeah, like if you opened up a
An
shoebox
iPhone?
and an iPhone. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
It's funny that
I am too.
we in the same society believe videos and also just scrolled past Benjamin Franklin singing Billy O.T. on because of that fucking face app. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I know exactly what you're talking
Well,
about.
I'm just saying we can see ridiculous fakes and then we somehow still believe videos. I don't, when will that change where videos,
Never
when we
change.
die off, right?
Yes.
And the new generation.
I mean, even if this guy somehow proves he has the shoes, like he take current newspaper, hey, this is me, here's my life. So what? He's the fucking shoes. They're going to send them to you.
You're right.
Shit.
I tried to get that pretty much with the. I tried.
So in the video, is it just the shoes?
What
on
the
his,
apartment look like, or the house? Or
Well,
that he
it was
said?
like an apartment, but it was like a whole wall of sneakers that he was seemingly selling. I'll show you the Instagram page.
Again, that's background, right? Like I would have
It's
been
credible.
looking in
Like,
this
this is a
video
sneaker
for like
guy.
I'd be looking in the background. Does he have a wife, a kids? Does he appear to have a job? What kind of car does he have? I'm looking at, is it a dirty house? Is there trash everywhere? Is that a Wendy's bag? Like I'm going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the stuff that I do.
You don't get to see that. It's a professional looking page. All you see is shoes. All he's doing is posting pictures of him holding shoes or videos of shoes. But my thing is, I feel like he had every hard shoe to get, and they're all for sale. This is way like I didn't know he had all these shoes he's claiming to have for sale. It's also like. That's bullshit. Like you have every single hard shoe to get in every single size.
And you're selling them all.
But you want to believe it because that's a fucking cum-soaked hovercraft actor. Like that's the factor.
You want the bark.
Well,
You want it.
if I would have kind of realized, if I would have thought about it harder, I wouldn't have believed that he had every size. I just thought he had my size, and these shoes, these aren't super crazy hard to get shoes. Like, okay, then these resellers buy up all the shoes and they sell them for a profit. So these shoes he could have gotten. In my mind, I'm like, okay, he got all these shoes. He's selling them for a profit. He's got my size. He's willing to. We made a fair price.
Well, hold on. Let's pull up his Instagram account and look at it because we can make our own determination. Because
It's shoe_scam.
What's his Instagram Instagram name?
It is James_sneaker_shoe21.
I got the underscore right.
oh yeah. After 3 underscores is scam. You can get away with one.
You can't put sneaker and shoe in the name.
It's not Sneaker Jams, is it? No.
Here, I'll show. I can just give you my phone too if that helps too.
Does he have a bunch of followers?
I don't know. I didn't.
Are there
You
a bunch
didn't
of
check for followers?
Well, I mean, now I didn't. But I think he does have a decent amount.
And how many followers does he have, Daniel?
Only 1,286.
See, that's
I have more than that.
But that's a believable amount because, like, it's like over 5.
People
right?
just follow him like me to look at sneakers too, like without actually purchasing. I probably follow people that claim to be resellers. I just like looking at cool sneakers.
Yeah, it gets in your algorithm, and most people don't like I rarely ever delete anybody that I follow. I just never do it. It's too much work. It's a pain in the ass. So it's like I'm probably
You'll text them all day long.
All right, I got it. There we go. Okay, I'll put this up for hopefully everybody to see. Okay, so this is James Sneaker Shoe 21.
I like his pictures of FedEx van.
Well, that's him delivering all the shoes.
He's like, to me, he's like, he'll get your shoes delivered. You know, he's a reseller.
Man, I'm your guy. I'm right there with you.
He seems like a reseller.
I'm Danny DeVito. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're doing it.
Yes.
We're doing it.
Now I'm appreciating this scammer because the FedEx picture does
He got me.
somehow make it seem like it will come. It's like there's a picture of a FedEx van. That means it will come.
means he's
read
real.
his bio.
Yeah, read his bio. Look at the last line in the bio. That's a big red flag.
All right, shipping percent retail, exclamation mark, tag me if you love my product, heart delivery to your doorstep, shopping cart emoji, truck emoji, ship my shoe worldwide. It's got world and plain, pay before deliver goods.
No,
Obviously.
Now, a lot of things are like that because they don't want to get scammed either.
Yes, exactly.
Like, for instance, I was thinking about how, easily I could have been scammed multiple times. But when I bought the original One Wheel that I have, I bought it from someone from a One Wheel Facebook group, and I sent him $900 to his PayPal address, and then he confirmed it. He's like, "All right, I'm shipping it." I did for 1 second think like, what if I get nothing? Like, what recourse am I going to have?
I don't think I've ever done that.
Hell
You
no.
know, but I also
think I have.
I
I
looked
bought
at his
something online with Bitcoin the other day for the first time.
Really?
And it was terrifying. Because there is a second where, like, you've set your Bitcoin, you haven't got a receipt back from anybody, and it's like, where's my money? It's gone. I don't have anything.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ross.
But I did look at the person's Facebook page, and it seemingly was because I feel like I could spot fake accounts. They're pretty easy to spot for the most part. Like, this person had made comments. There was people.
Said the guy who texted an Asian New York lady.
Well, I knew that I knew it was a scam after the weird
point. Yeah, what that point was is debatable.
A Facebook page, I feel like you could spot. Most people could spot a fake.
Did this guy so you're so let's walk through a little bit more of what happened here.
Okay.
So how did he want payment? So did he accept the $250?
He said yes, $250, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I felt like that was fair because it was way more. And he's like, oh, I'm going to do this deal for you because I want to make you a buyer, which I know that's a line, but I'm like, okay. And I told him,
he wants to get you in there for repeat business, and you become a sneaker guy.
Yes.
And then you look up at the FedEx truck and you're like, this gotta be real. I'm with you, man. I'm really trying to help you here because I would do it too.
So I was like, okay, I like buying sneakers. I said, I'm your guy. And he's like, is there anything else you want to purchase? And I told him,
he's already planning for the future. This happens.
He almost got me to buy
time.
2 pairs of shoes. So he showed me, I'm like, do you have the Kangaroo V Jr. black ones that came out last year? He's like, I do.
Does.
Yeah, he's like,
and your size.
Yes. It's like a last pair.
By the way, you have big feet.
Yeah, what size?
13.
I feel
That's
that's
gonna be
rare.
really hard.
That's what So he's like, do you want both pairs?
And everybody that sits on that couch, including Ross, massive ding dong. They're big fat ding dong. What happened to me? Where's my ding dong?
Yeah, me and you were the Ying Yong ding dong.
You got to answer that email,
Ying
man.
yong ding dong.
I don't even know what that means, but it's funny.
I meant
Yin
and yang.
Yin and yang.
We're going yin yong ding dong.
All right, so he accepted $250. Said he had King Griffey Jr.'s.
Yeah,
but you.
I said I don't need. He's like He's like, I'll do these also for $250. But I'm like, no, I don't.
I can't do that to you. You're too nice, man.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I don't need to spend that much money because I know there's going to be some
my new friend.
shipping.
I can't take advantage of my new friend.
Yeah.
So then, when it came to payment, how was the payment?
I don't. It was Cash App, but he might have given me a couple of options, but Cash App is instant and it's gone. There's no so I think it was maybe only Cash App. He didn't because I think PayPal's a little more secure. I think PayPal you can.
You can get your money back.
Cash App, it's gone. So
Now at the time I bought the poster from eBay, I would like to because people will at me and say like, oh, you could have gotten your. No, at that time you got to remember I'm an old man. Like not really, but eBay was newer and the recourse was to go through eBay. And
there was no PayPal at the time.
And eBay was like, I'm very sorry. There's really nothing we can do about this.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it is with Cash App, but this Bitcoin purchase that I made, basically you set it up in your wallet, right? And then it gives you like this giant string of numbers and text.
Yes.
And you have to copy and paste that over to your payment site. And it's like, what if I dropped an H off the end or something? I'm just sending all this money to a random ass wallet and I have no fucking clue where it's going.
I do it.
We've sent money to the wrong person before, and it is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it through PayPal one time.
Yeah.
And we did it to the wrong Big Tim. It was for Big Tim.
Yeah.
And
there's a ton of them out
he's
there.
He's like, I'm Big Tim 44, baby. I'm like, oh, fuck. And they're like,
Boy, Alanis Morissette's going to have to put that one in the next song.
the fucking person happened to be a listener. What's the chances of that? Like, the person was a listener.
Yeah, and they had shoes in our size. It was weird.
Like,
Wow.
So they refunded the fucking money.
Yeah, they
Wow.
Like, how? We don't have that many listeners.
1 in a million.
Yeah. Anyway,
Most people, when they have that really good luck, it's like either not dying or the lottery. We just get the guy that returns the PayPal.
I do it all the time with gambling apps. I send that Bitcoin because you have to do it through Bitcoin, and I say you send that transaction, and then you just put your hands up, and you're like, I think I just did something wrong. Because then you're like, I give it up to God. I give it up to Bitcoin God. I don't I'm just hoping that it shows up, and then it shows up. And you're like, oh, computers.
All right.
But there was a period of time where you're like, I for sure lost that.
Yeah.
Like I did it wrong, or it's never going to show
In
up.
my mind, there's no difference between that and just burning a stack of $100 bills and trusting that Jesus is going to take care
Well,
of
at
it.
least you get smoke out of that. You know, you get warps. I can make a lot of arguments.
So he wants Cash App. Now, at this point in time, did you at any point think, ooh, I shouldn't send this through Cash App
as soon as
because
he
I
said
have no
Cash App.
recourse? Because nowadays through eBay or like the third-party
PayPal,
system,
Venmo,
and Venmo, like if they will have, there's some fraud protection. You know,
Pat right now has what scientists call shoe fever.
He's blinded by the shoe.
I am prone to getting purchasing fevers as well. And when you get something on your mind, this guy's got purchasing. I know you got some stories, but like we get. I do, yeah, and also I'm bad with money, like admittedly, and I'm open about the fact that I inherited that from my father. My father was notorious for being bad with money. I've told the story millions of times of him coming home with our entire savings in the trunk of his car because he needed it for collateral for some wild purchase he was going to make. But yeah, I'm with you, dude. Continue.
What was your question?
My question was,
Were you hesitant?
were you hesitant?
Well,
to
because
send them?
I see, there's a lot of guys that resell shoes online. So I'm thinking, this guy's a young kid or whatever. He's just selling shoes online. It's his little business.
Hustling.
His way of,
that's called talking yourself into it.
Yes.
You're also giving like you're almost like you're writing,
creating a narrative.
You're creating a narrative, and even more than that, I think you're creating a persona. You're creating something that doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
You're creating this person.
I am I'm too trusting in life. It's a bad habit. I think the best in people because I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And
Now,
it's bad.
Did you run this by your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Because
No.
Usually,
No.
because this is where the crow comes into handy a lot of times.
Handy crow.
Where like I will think to myself, like I think this is probably a bad decision I'm about to make, and I'll run it by the crow, and she'll be like, yes, it definitely. She'll call it me bad decision.
At this
and
point,
then I'll stop.
it really doesn't seem like that far fetched of an idea. A guy has a sneaker business online. He saw me. He has my shoes. I'm going to buy them through Cash App. He's going to mail them to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's got the FedEx truck on his
avatar. I was going to say that. He just took it right out of my mouth.
But so really can't. It doesn't seem that big of a. It doesn't seem that big of a leap.
This guy, Pat, with all these shoes, does not need to seek you out.
Well,
that's
I knew he's got a
the
business.
first
He's
issue.
running a business selling because the sneaker resale game is insane. People have their own storefronts. Like I'm thinking, this guy's starting his own little business. I'm creating a persona, but he's selling sneakers, and there's no way for him to get the money other than Cash App from me.
Pat's still defending this.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
I mean, because I gave him more money than that.
That's how fucked up it gets in here, man.
I gave him way more money. This is not the end of the money.
This is not the end of the
It's
money.
not the end of the money.
God damn it.
The best businesses don't solicit door to door. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're so busy. Don't need to do that shit. And if you're soliciting, most likely it's a tell to something. And not saying all businesses solicit are bad. I'm just saying it's a tell to like, why do you need to do this? It seems odd. You're just randomly cold calling door to door. Like, that's an odd way to market yourself. Shouldn't your business just be, hey, we do a great job and for a fair price, people will use you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're soliciting
But
means
also,
something.
I think this plays into that. You're right, but everything you just said is way more boring than what he said. I'm serious when I say that. It is boring. The reality, the answer to everything is always like super simple and like really boring. But you and I will like we build these things up, and you do that because I think the reality is boring, and the hunt of getting these sneakers, the tale of winning and getting them, that's exciting. It's
yes,
fun.
because I really wanted these sneakers too. I really want them. You know.
But there are a lot of people that do business like this online, and fine, it's fair. They'll You cash app them money, they'll send you stuff, and they don't want to cheat.
It's almost like
anybody.
Craigslist, a better version of Craigslist, or like or like Facebook. I've sold and bought stuff on Facebook Marketplace a ton of times. So it's like, it's the same sort of thing. He made his own little store on Instagram.
I think a lot of people have to ask themselves, like, is this too good to be true? And most of the time it is. And so the fact that this guy, you're right.
Had your Barclays in size 13.
If he had all these rare shoes, he doesn't need to go out and solicit. People are coming to him. They're searching for it and coming to him.
Let me help you, because I'm going to put myself in your shoes. And how I would explain that away is, I just happen to find a kid that is a honey hole. He's new to this. He wanted to get into it, and he's stocking up his supplies and lining up his wall.
And there's that thing where you want to believe that you got a good deal. Like
it's like God. I want to believe in God.
When I went out to Disneyland in California, they were having the not so scary Halloween party thing, which is an extra ticket, right?
Yeah.
Somebody in a fucking Disney Facebook group was like, "Hey, I can't make it tonight." First person that claims it, and I was like, "Hey, if you're for real." Could have easily got scammed. I got free fucking Disney tickets in California, random.
Yeah.
So you want to believe, like, hey, I talked this guy down to $250. You know, I can see it.
It was
so
still
wait a minute. What you're
been
saying is good people's fault.
Every once in
everyone.
It is.
The anomalies trick the rest of us, though.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we gave a lady a free roof from Secured Roofing. Secured Roofing gave it to her, but I'm sure she thought that was a scam. Imagine she was sitting there, wanting to sell her house.
It's too good to be true.
And then all of a sudden, she gets a message like, "Hey, a podcaster works with this company that wants to give you a free roof."
Yeah.
And then I remember
What's the catch?
She was like, "Nah." It took her a week for us to convince her this is no scam. We don't want anything from you. Like, Secured Roofing is going to give you a free roof, no strings attached. She still didn't believe it, and I don't blame her because it doesn't happen.
She never believes it and looks and sleeps every night with a gun under her pillow, thinking that we're going to come back to collect for the goddamn roof.
I'm sure she does.
Every night.
Isn't that terrible? That's the world we live in.
It is terrible.
But maybe she tells, like, this happened, and then people are going to get scammed. Be like, hold on, this other podcast offered me a free roof if I send them $500.
So when did you start dialogue with said? Let's call him
James, right?
Yeah,
James.
Yeah,
well,
James.
right then. I mean, we were talking about the price. He's like, okay, $250, and then we said, okay, cool. And then he's like, you have to add shipping. And I'm like, okay, how much shipping? He's like, $40. I'm like, that seems a little high for shipping, but it was a pair of shoes. He said I'd get him in 2 business days. I'm like, okay, he's really trying to send it.
I'm going to insure it. I'm going to expedite it because I know you really want it.
Okay, so I gave him $40 more, so $290.
Also, I got to buy the box at UPS. Those are,
I'm figuring it's $40. Yes,
FedEx. Sorry.
So, but this guy goes deeper. It goes way deeper.
You pay the $250 and then he hits you with $40.
No, I know.
And it's all together.
Okay, $290. So then he goes to the UPS store and he sends me a photo of a guy holding sneaker boxes, waving inside of a FedEx.
I'm sold.
He sends me photos.
Do you have the photo?
I do, but I have so much dialogue with it. Like,
send us the photo. I want to see the photo.
Unless it's Instagram. Sometimes if you send photos, it disappears. But let me.
Happens with the dick pics I send.
By the way,
sometimes,
like, if you Ross, have you seen that documentary on Netflix? The one is like, what's the one about the vegan lady that got scammed? It's called like Raw
Bad Vegan.
Bad Vegan.
Yeah.
There's Bad Vegan. There's one about like the Tinder swindler and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they have like a lot of photos, and that tricks people easily. Like they send a lot of photo evidence of like, hey, I'm in an ambulance.
Mean something before photos used to be a big deal.
He sent me a photo of a guy waving. Like to me, he's like, hey, I'm going to send this guy a photo of the shoes I'm sending here. Look up and smile. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I should have known that most FedEx drivers would be like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you.
This person has just a library of those photos. And
stock photos.
And you spin the narrative, and then
it's a toolkit for scammers. Really.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
But it would trick me because you're right. Around our age demographic, we still believe in photos, which we shouldn't because
Tommy and Max don't believe in photos. Maisie don't give a damn about photos. They know that those can be altered, or at least they will, I think, when they're of age.
Yeah, because they'll grow up in a world where every photo is fake. We grew up in a world where photo evidence was the thing you had. It's like, this is the photo of the car. We're like, there's proof.
So he sends you the photo of the FedEx guy.
He's there. And he's like, hey, I need another $40 because I want to give you a custom tracking information, like a custom tracking everything. And I go, no, man, I don't want this. I don't care. Just send. I already mailed you $290. He's like, He kept calling me Fam. He kept Fam, and I'm like, after I said, don't.
You know
fucking call me Fam.
that would give. That's a scam to me. I don't like it when kids say like, "What's up, Fam?"
But he already got my $290. Okay, it's already gone.
Some people are Fam people. Joey Mazand is a Fam person, and he's the nicest.
Would he make?
And these are young. It's that picture of a young kid trying to. Sneaker resellers are typically younger.
I got you,
hip-hop
Fam.
I got you, Fam.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I like it. I like this. I want to start saying it.
No, you're not.
I'm going to start saying Fam.
I hope you start using it.
Thanks for coming, Fam.
That's just because you can't remember his name.
I'm Fam.
I think it's an easy trick because people are like, "Oh, he called me Fam," but it's really because I don't know their name.
I'm Fam Margera.
Wow.
Big fat Fam.
Oh, Fam Margera. Oh.
No, he's out of rehab now.
He broke his wrist, though.
Yeah, he's out of rehab now.
I saw him working out with. He's fat like his dad now.
You know what makes you?
He's fat skating and he's mentally ill.
You know what makes me think he's not
Don't
going to
laugh at that.
I'm sorry, he is though. He's fat and mentally
Well,
ill.
he's out of rehab, he says, and what makes me always think that he's going to do okay is that when people get out of rehab, you expect them to be a little different. And they got out of rehab, the first thing he did is a video, it's like just his fat face. And he's like, the black on cameo. And I'm like, oh man, you were in rehab, really? Because I think you're drunk right now.
I used to have some sort of respect for him as like a famous person when I was younger.
Just get clean, man.
And
you gotta
then,
get clean.
And then I'm talking to Dr. Phil, and I'm like, oh my god, you're 40.
He went on Dr. Phil?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and he's crying and
Go
he's
look it
acting
up,
like
you'll
a
enjoy
baby. He never grew. Like he's yelling at his girlfriend.
It's addiction. It's sad. Addiction is sad.
But also, it seems like he never grew up from being like
he's
a
been
teenager
famous since he was 16, so he's still 16.
Yeah,
in his mind.
and it's weird. Like he's not a grown 48-year-old man.
But we're not
He's a
talking.
kid,
We're
which
not
is
talking
sad.
about Bam's dysfunction. We're talking about our friend Cadillac Pat's dysfunction.
Sorry.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so he wants the extra 40.
He
You
wants
say
40
no.
more. No, so I'm like, no. And he's like, there. This is. I have to. This is. He might have worded it the way like they're making me do this at the store now to have this special overnighted two night. He's like, I thought it was 40, and maybe I don't. You didn't say it, but it seemed a little
They're
bit. Like
holding
that.
me down.
So
The guy in the truck, he's mad and he's got a gun.
he's already got my $290, and I'm like, fuck, I'm already pot committed at this point. I've
Well,
like,
your heart is committed.
but $290 is gone. Like he's like he didn't say you're not going to get the shit. but-
Okay,
He's like, this is the only way I can send
This
them.
is the part I agree with, and
So
I
he's
think
holding him hostage.
I think I said this to you when you called in, and we're relaying this story to us, just bits of it.
Yeah.
This is the part I agree with you fully. If you're already in for the $290, what's an extra 40?
That's
What's an
okay.
extra- I mean, you might as well see out the tail.
That's
Daniel,
called
I keep
the
going.
sunken cost fallacy. If you want to Google exactly how Pat's fucking
Okay,
up.
it keeps going. It keeps going more than just okay.
yeah,
It's
I'm on that
it
ship
keeps
as well.
going.
Buy more
It keeps
Doge.
going.
Buy the Doge dip.
Eventually, we'll be at the moon. I know it.
So okay. I said, all right, I got no choice. Here's another $40, and now it's $330.
Oh man.
So I'm expecting another photo of a guy waving from UPS.
maybe a girl this time.
Oh,
But
man.
now we start getting into it. Like I've started to cuss this guy out a little more here and there. Like,
Oh, why?
Cuss out Fam.
What are you doing, Fam?
because he's got my money and like he's holding me hostage. I'm like, you're just trying to get more money. You're trying to squeeze more money out of me. I know you're doing like, and but I
You know what? I wouldn't send you your sneakers too if you talked to me.
I
like
know,
that.
it's a
Fuck
little-
you. I'd keep your money and keep
a little bit of me still
hurt my feelings.
thinks that he's real and he just wants my money now. I don't know. Like, part of me.
So you didn't never thought that like this whole thing he doesn't have any shoes.
Right.
No, but
He
he's
didn't
got
grow-
my money.
It may not even be a guy. It may just be a fat lady that lives in
Yeah.
I don't know where she lives.
He
Las Vegas desert.
Yeah.
Pat has sent him $100 during this conversation.
No.
So you sent him the extra 40, and did he say, "All right, it's sent now"?
I don't remember exactly, but it did.
Oh, you remember.
It doesn't. No, he didn't say it was sent. He
Okay.
didn't. So a day or so passes by because I'm assuming they're sent. I can look through the text and figure it out, but I'm
You
also
didn't get the
knowing.
super duper tracking number.
No, that's what it was. I'm like, bro, where's my tracking?
Yeah.
Where's my tracking?
Yeah.
Where's my tracking? Where's my
You
tracking?
paid extra for that shit.
All kinds of crazy, convoluted fucking
My
excuses.
grandma's
I
sick,
need to know
man.
the excuses.
My grandma's
I'll
sick
tell
and in the
you, I mean,
hospital. I don't have time to send out your sneakers. I'm sorry. And the way you're talking to me on this thing, I don't want to send out your sneakers. I'm dealing with bigger problems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
just play-
did say, he's like, man, you're stressing me out. I'm like, I swear. He's like, you're stressing me out over these shoes.
I'm him, and I've been him the whole time.
Well, Daniel can get into the mind of a crazy person.
Yes,
I really can.
He's crazy boy.
He's like, you're stressing me out. I'm trying to get you these shoes. I'm trying to get him to you. Like he's like, I really want to give you these shoes. I'm like, you stole my money. He's like, I don't steal money from anybody. I would never do that. Like he's got this. He's really.
I think you're going to get your shoes.
Yeah.
I know. So then
he's stringing you along. He's building the trust back up. He's like, you'll get it, bro. Why? Come on. Why you coming at me?
So look,
he's like, I'm stressed out.
I'm into it. Hey, look, I'm into it for $330 at this point. Okay.
All right.
I realized I'm like, oh, he told me originally he wanted $410. I'm like.
So you think he's trying to get you up to 410?
Hang on. I'm like,
don't you talk to her that way.
You are too sweet.
I'm like, oh, I know what he's doing now. I'm like, this is a fucking lousy business person. He's a young kid, doesn't know what he's doing. He wants $410, and he's going to lie to me to keep squeezing money out of me to get to 410, and then he's going to sell me these shoes.
To get to the goal, and then he'll release the shoes.
He went from 410 to 250 super quick, but the shoes aren't going for 400.
Well, that's what anybody, that's what Ideal Image does on their,
but the shoes aren't going
starts up here,
yes,
right?
Yes, but these shoes...
And then they go like 50% off sale. And I'm like, well,
I know.
Why are you doing a 50% off sale when you could just keep it 50% off all for all
I understand
time?
this.
Pat, you're the best victim in the world.
But
you're so good. I want to victimize you right now. You're like, I know what he wants.
But you don't.
But he's already got $330 of my dollars. It's not coming back.
Yeah. So you, in your mind, you're like,
so you just keep giving him more.
He's a young kid that wants to start his business.
It's a bad businessman.
I told him that.
Shoe empire.
I said, this is the wrong way to do business. I said, I know what you're doing now. You want $410 for these shoes. I know what you're doing, and he's like, he doesn't say yes to this. He's dancing around.
If he did, he'd be lying.
He's like, oh my god, I can't. He's like, this person's trying to scam me. Like, I like the scam. He's like, no one would be that gullible.
He's like, this is too easy.
Yeah. He's saying, I want the 410, so I don't know what you're confusing him.
So then he's like, hang on, I sent your shoes. Okay, he's like, I sent your shoes. There's an issue. Sorry, he's like, hang on, there's an issue with your shoes.
Well, I don't know about this.
And I'm just like, what? I swear I know. But I put my
Do you
money.
use emojis? Do you put what? Lowercase, no capital? And then at the end, you got to do like emoji. That's that one that has, it's a guy with head down with triangles pointing at his head. Like, I have a headache.
Head down.
I don't know what that, I think it's headache.
Yeah,
I think
triangle.
You got to remember, my money's already gone. So like 330 is already gone. I can't get this money back. So I got to play with him because I
give him more for it back.
Yes, several times. I even told him at one point to keep. I said, send me 200 of it back. I said, keep 130 of it. Send me 200.
You're so weak. This guy is just slapping your dick and poking your cheek.
So he's like, there's customs issues. There is a $30 charge for customs now.
Well, he's right about that. He's right about that. He lives in the Ukraine.
Okay.
I've seen the ships are backed up at the port.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in the Bahamas.
I realize the guy doesn't live here in the States because his language barrier is a little different. So I'm like, oh,
racist! How dare you?
I'm assuming
he says,
now
Fam, my friend, my
yes,
friend.
Yes, yes. So now I think I'm going to get these shoes. They're going to be fake shoes. I'm like, I don't care at this point. I just want some fucking shoes. They're going to be fake. I don't care.
I like how now you've invented the now counterfeit shoes.
Yes,
but you're still going to get them.
But he's okay with it.
Yeah,
the rest of
my money is already gone.
I'm going to get some counterfeit Barclays.
He's the ultimate optimist.
He's realized he's getting scammed, but he just keeps coming up with scams that involve him getting the shoes somehow.
Yes. But again, mine is going to
latest.
Physically hurting.
Those are those CB4 Gnarls Barclays.
But you got to remember, my money's already gone. So if I just walk away, I'm out $330. If I just say, screw it, are you just going to buy this? So I'm like, okay, $30 more. I know what he's doing. I'm like, maybe he gets at $360, and then I get the shoes for a little cheaper than the $410.
By the way, to make you feel get better again, I am with you all the way on this. I would probably just be eking out more money to ride it out. I'd probably say, I'm going to give you $410. Give me the shoes.
Okay,
now I know, just to defend you for one second.
Andrea would kill me, by the way, if I spent $410 on shoes.
I never would either, but I was already pocket committed. I had no choice.
I know, and you don't need to tell her that. I probably, if I'm just trying to answer this honestly, and I don't know what you with your awkwardness in these type of exchanges, you probably just would have stopped answering a long time ago, right?
Pat, I know there they're laughing when they hear this. They're like, "Oh, what an idiot!"
Well, they feel bad for you too because you're a likable guy. But yeah, we're gonna laugh at you.
Before I want people to look at themselves in the mirror because people do this all the time. Like Pat's saying,
"You look good."
Yeah, Pat's saying
lost weight.
he's pot committed, but people do this when like they try to quit smoking.
You want to justify it,
or like when they finally, like for instance, you try to quit smoking, you go 2 days, and then you find like you take 2 puffs of a cigarette, and then you're like, "Fuck, back to a pack a day." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or like they're on a diet and they
cheat day, but then they continue to just eat crap.
and then they're like, "Oh, I screwed up. I ate 4 gorditas," and they're like 10
4 gorditas,
10 big Bufords the next day. Like you just instead of just saying,
he used to eat 4 gorditas. That's why I'm saying it's true.
But it's the same as what Pat's doing. He's like, I already spent $310. I'm
justifying it.
I'm going to spend more to try to see if I could save it in some way instead of just realizing like I've wasted this much.
Man has
move
no
on.
shoes.
Isn't it like chasing a bet? Like to put it in your love language,
it's chasing. Yeah, people do
isn't it like
worst.
You know you already lost that initial bet, and then
you try to win it back.
Yeah,
that's exactly the same feeling as when you lose money gambling. You try to win it back. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I forget sometimes that you're addicted to gambling like Tom. Well, you guys should be like best friends.
It's chasing a dragon. It's natural, but it's the worst behavior, and it's how you lose.
Yes.
And it's let's keep going.
So the guy's like, oh, he's like, as soon as I paid him the $30, he goes, oh, it cleared customs. And I'm just like, I know.
No, that's good news.
But
I'm trying to help out.
That's pretty fast.
I'm like, well, I mean, everything's
customs.
It's all online. It's all online.
That's a direct line.
I know that. I go, dude, it doesn't work this quick. I mean, believe me, I'm picking this guy apart, but he's got my money.
I know.
He's got my money. So.
I know he's got it. Also, I'm not even joking. I don't even know how to contact customs if I ever had.
Yeah,
if somebody
exactly.
gave me, if someone's like, contact someone who works at customs and talk to him on the phone, I'll give you $1 million. I don't think I could do it. What would you even like? How would you even?
Siri, call customs.
Where does that go?
I don't know. Give me $1 million.
Which one?
Yeah, you just said call customs. You didn't give me the history of customs.
This guy gets better. So then he says, it's like the next day. He's like, oh, I'm here at Florida Mall International, Orlando. He's like, I'm here with your shoes.
What?
You'll have them tonight. He sends me this. I'm like,
holy shit, you get to meet the guy and give him a hug.
He stretched that last $40 a long way.
This is good news. This is all good news.
It came from the port of Miami.
You guys could go to M&M World or whatever that.
So I'm like, okay.
He's
like, I'm going to drop off your shoes. I'm like, cool. You're good. He's done this.
Don't do that, though. Don't do that move. Like, you can take the shoes and shove them up your ass.
No. Because he has my money. So then he's like, but you're going to pay me for my trouble. You stress me out over these shoes. He's like, you're going to pay me $50.
Now you're dipping into like doing a racist accent.
Oh, okay. His English, his writing is really bad.
When you get here, you're buying me a shitload of churros, fam.
So he said
So I was at 360, and he's like, you're going to pay me $50 for these shoes, and I'll get them to your house tomorrow. He's like, within 4 hours. And I'm like, how are you going to get them to my house? He's like, I'm here. I'm like, no, you're not here. I'm like...
What if he was though?
He sent me photos of a hotel room. He sent me photos of a hotel.
Impossible to fake.
But the hotel room is not like an American. It's like a screenshot of a. He went to Google and typed in hotel. He went to Google, typed in Orlando.
Do you have any of these pictures?
Yes.
Let me see them.
I have a photo of a hotel room, photos of the hotel that he was staying in.
Okay.
Oh my God! Oh, Bob Saget's in there. Oh God!
So did you ask him? Hey,
the ghost of Bob Saget's in my room.
Why did you travel here?
Because I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I know.
Why
He's trying to intimidate you.
But again,
hold on. You needed money for customs, but not your hotel room.
Don't ever, the Tinder swindler and all that. Don't ever say that this can't happen to somebody you know, because this story.
My wife says this is making her chest hurt. Like Andrea is like so upset.
Remember,
she also said to go to customs.quench.
That's funny, babe.
I thought this guy.
My wife's ever said.
I'm like, this guy's an idiot. He just wants to get to the $410 that he wants for these shoes, which is overpriced. But I'm already committed to these shoes. You know what I mean?
There's no shoes, Matt.
Leave him alone.
I like that you're still thinking you're like he's just a young dumb kid. He wants his 410.
He's just fucking around with these shoes.
But what am I to do? Just walk away with 360?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
what you do is you save your money, Pat.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to tell you this, but what you do is not give a scam artist more money.
The sunken cost fallacy is the phenomenon whereby a person is reluctant to abandon a strategy or course of action because they have invested heavily in it.
Yeah.
Even when it is clear that abandonment would be more beneficial.
Yeah. It's hard for people to do that.
Here's the hotel he sent me.
It's what
Let me see.
the bad vegan chick did.
You'll see the hotel itself.
Like when you go in.
I mean, obviously, it's not a look. You look at the refrigerator that's plugged into the wall. Look at the TV on the wall. This is not a hotel anywhere in Orlando, unless you're on OBT or something.
It's like it's a very low quality.
Yes, that's not going to be near the Florida Mall.
I'm just going to put the photo up so people can see it.
It's a bizarro, different country hotel.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like a Best
Smaller.
Western.
It is.
Well, like in America, we have corporations that run their hotels, so they're all standard.
We're also big and fat, and we need big rooms. Like in other countries, rooms are very small. Very
Also,
petite.
why would
here is the hotel he
Why
says
would
he's
anybody
staying at.
send you a picture of a hotel unless they're trying to convince you of something?
That does look like a hotel in like.
Did you say like,
Delano.
why are you here?
Right? Why are you
He
here?
probably Googled Orlando Hotel and got a picture of a hotel in Orlando.
Or maybe he wants to marry you or something.
So he says he's at the Florida Mall and he's going to personally deliver the shoes.
What if these shoes that you were? What if that's code for like you guys are now in a relationship of some sort?
I thought you were talking like a Wayfair situation.
By the way,
Okay.
like I'm
a small child
He's
in the
ordering a
box.
kid, yeah.
You know what's weird? I just had the realization that I have no idea what it's like to silently go through a dilemma because I tell everybody. I tell
talk it out.
Yeah, it sucked.
I
It sucked.
tell people on our show
It was
every
stressful.
dilemma that I'm going through. But like, Pat has not told his girlfriend. So
No.
how many people are silently going through
Wait a
scam
minute.
dilemmas?
Is this the hotel?
Oh yeah, that is.
all I googled was Orlando Hotel near Florida Mall, and I got it. The exact same hotel.
Do you have the shoes?
I do.
Hey, that's her. It's been her the whole time. There you go.
I like that he actually went through the
Yeah, he did
effort
his research.
of, like,
yes.
I mean, did he Orlando Hotel? I mean,
no, I know.
But I knew that was a
He gave
lie.
out Florida Mall, and then he found a hotel near the Florida Mall to send him a picture of.
I wouldn't have remembered that. I'd been doing too much drugs. If this is a young kid, I would be doing so much drugs, the details would float out of my head.
So now you're at the point where you convince yourself that all he's looking for is the $410.
Yeah.
And
Where
then
you at now?
And I'm all
390?
360.
360.
But I'm also now so mad at myself. I'm like, fuck it, just give him all your fucking money. Like I'm doing. I'm like,
punishing himself.
That's called the belt whipping. Now you're
Just give
belt
all
whipping.
your,
I'm like
all your
this-
money, and then go jump off a bridge, you idiot. You're the ugliest.
So I
You're
go-
so ugly.
I get to the point.
I like it. Now how you're giving him money
Piece of shit.
to punish yourself.
So I get to
like
the
that, by
point.
the way.
I get to the point. I'm like, listen, I know you want to get to the 410. I'm like, just send me. And I've already cussed this guy out. Like, I'm like, if I give you the $50 to make it 410, will you just send me the fucking shoes? I'm like, I'm like
crying
beat.
at this
I'm
point?
beat. I'm
I hope
beat.
you're crying. I would have cried.
I was.
There's no. It's okay to cry.
I almost did, but I was at work doing this. So people are working like,
Yeah,
you okay,
yeah,
fam?
People,
You okay,
hey,
fam?
can I get another Stella?
Yeah.
Why is Pat crying?
Yeah, and I was like, visibly not
Oh,
myself.
please be your coworker who's doing this. Please,
Mr. Brasstap. Mr. Brasstap is behind the whole thing.
I hope it's one of your
Yeah.
coworkers.
I hope it's one of your coworkers.
And they're
I'll show
laughing.
him. He does these stupid treasure hunts. I'll show him. I'll send him on the ultimate treasure hunt. I'll fuck with this guy.
I hope they're all huddled around scamming you as you're sweating out. So you're like, please. So
He's like, yes, I need it for. He's like, yes, 410 is what I want. And he's doing this. He's like, trust me, I promise. Like all these bullshit. Obviously,
You have no reason to not trust him.
yeah.
At this point.
So I'm just
guy's
like,
a man of his
At
word.
least his trust me is awesome. That is awesome.
so I'm just like, I said, and I just say, fuck it, send him fucking another $50. Make it 410.
No. When you sent it, you knew, right? You knew.
Yeah. Now, but I wrote before that. I'm like, I said, this is it. Everything's shipping. I was like,
This is it. I'm leaving
detail.
you this time, Jerry. I'm
Detail.
never coming back. You ain't never going to see
He's like,
this ass
yes,
again.
this is it. And then I said 410. Finally, it's like a day later because I was like, I just sent it and turned my phone off, kind of thing. And then,
Why
That's
just
usually what
send
I
it,
do.
Pat?
That's usually what I do when I'm watching something.
because I still, but again,
It's illogical.
But
It's
300,
illogical.
no, but 360 is so close to that 410. It's like this guy wants 410 for these shoes, and I'm not going to get him without paying
He
him
said
410.
he was in Orlando. You know it's a lie.
Leave him alone.
He's not flying here to give you.
But
You guys are acting as if the details matter. They don't matter. You're not thinking with your emotional brain.
God, it's
You're
really
not
sad.
thinking
I mean,
with
I
your
know all
emotional
this is
brain.
bullshit, but I still is like this guy just fucking bad businessman. I wrote this all to him finally. So I sent him.
That'll matter.
And then I go, I know. But the best part is then I wrote okay, where are my shoes? And then he doesn't write back. And then I'm like, where are my shoes? And then he goes,
I left him in the hotel, and I'm already back in India. Shit. You have to
call Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, you have to break into the room.
Yeah.
And then he finally wrote after that, I already wrote shipping. I mean, I detailed it out like 100 times. Finally, I sent him money, and then I go, "You got my money? Where are my shoes?" And he's like, "Well, what about shipping now?" And I'm like, "Bro,
$40." He's right. It's $40. No, $40. I remember this.
Just hold on, because now the argument's you already sent him $40. Let's send him 40
if
more.
I beat myself up enough, I would have done it.
How about I
just give him all my fucking?
How about I give you $40? I'll PayPal you right now or Venmo.
Yeah,
you send him 40 more, and then
no, don't get back in this. Don't enable this.
Let's get back in.
Email this guy and say, "Hey, we're let him know that we're doing a special on scam artists. We'll give him an extra $50 if he'll talk to us on the show."
He won't. There's no way.
I'll give him 100 of my own money if he'll come on the show.
Also, I told him this was last week before I came on the show.
Andrea's in the chat room
on Thursday. Because he has my address, which I need now. I learned if I'm ever getting anything shipped, I got to get a PO box or something. Because I gave him my physical address to mail these shoes earlier in the transaction. Well, that day I was like, "Fuck you! I'm going on a podcast. I got a big voice in this town. I'm bullshit."
Don't weaponize our podcast. What are you doing?
No, I didn't say your name.
But you weaponized us.
Guess what? This guy then.
I like how you threatened him with talking about it on the podcast. I got it on my podcast,
big
friends.
one.
Yeah,
I said it's the biggest. I said it's the biggest podcast in Florida. I told him that's the biggest one in Florida.
They're saying Pat needs to be in a conservatorship for his own protection.
That's what Tom says. Tom says everywhere we're the biggest podcast, and I know that's not true.
So then, but the guy sends me a screenshot of my front door from Google Earth, but he has my address. So I was like, I got a little bit worried, like, damn.
Oh, you're scared a little bit?
We'll go right back to him and say, "That is my door. Put the shoes on the door."
I wrote "fuck you, I don't care. You don't scare me," or something but he's like,
well, what if he kills you?
He does have my fucking address, and he screenshotted the picture of my front door, which has made me like this a little like damn, I wish I wouldn't have given him my. At least there's a win. There's a win. There's a win. He's like, "Hey, I need your phone number. I need your phone number and your email for the shipping." I'm like,
if you could just take a short survey about my customer service, I'd really appreciate it.
At the end of this call, there will be a 2-minute survey.
I like how you gave him your address, but you refused to give him your phone number.
I know, I don't know, but I felt like
gave him all his money and refused to give him his phone number.
I mean, your phone number.
I just wrote a short film in my mind that at the end of this, right?
I get some shit.
Well, you're not gonna like the ending. It's a horror. It's a short horror film where the door and everything, and you're like, this is getting a little crazy. It's out of control. And the guy does come and he kills you. And the last shot of the movie is you dead in your bed, stabbed with those shoes. He puts the shoes on your feet. That's how fucking crazy he is. He's like, "I'll give him the shoes, but after I murder him."
Sam, look up.
Right?
Look up some Charles Barkley 96 shoes for sale online.
No. Okay, so this is again back to the original root of it. How this is definitely all my fault, obviously. Anyway,
we know.
I went to a reputable Nike site. I found the exact shoes for sale for $225.
God damn it, Pat! Stop.
So I bought them.
Wait, send that link to the guy and say, "Hey, if you want to buy more shoes for your scams, maybe you can kill him with kindness now and befriend him and get some of your money back on the back end." Is he still replying to you?
I could. I actually asked him. I was like, "Dude, I hate you." I said, "I hate you so much, but I do respect that you scam me for my money." I'm like, "Where are you?"
Kill him with kindness.
I'm like, "What country are you in?" And he did write some weird. He wrote some weird 3 or 4.
You don't know all the countries, do you?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
So if we're keeping track here. Pat talked the guy down from $410 to $250. Went back to $410. Found the shoes. So these shoes that he should have for $250. Cost him $635.
Yeah. I did the math.
These are $635 sneakers.
Here are the shoes. I mean, at least they're
cool. Yeah, they're cool shoes.
They're not.
You could have had 3 fucking pairs of them, Pat. You could have 3 pairs.
I could have had booked a whole vacation for this. Believe me.
Now, is this going to make you? Has this ruined you, Pat, a little bit? Because I liked you before you got scammed when you were willing to just give anybody anything.
What do you think this has sucked the life out of the 90s superhero?
I think it has a little bit because
definitely.
You've been sadder since this.
Yeah,
it definitely hurt my feelings.
You bury your
big time.
CB4s for the people out at Brass Tap to get as one of your treasures.
Yeah,
right?
my
That's
treasures.
$600 pair of shoes.
I had treasures hidden inside Brass Tap, inside in plain sight that no one was there and no one figured. There's one right now inside of Brass Tap. I got money hidden right in plain sight.
This is the stuff that makes Tom crazy. Like,
Pat loves to give away his money.
Yeah.
These are we're talking like $5, but I like to hide stuff in plain sight and people don't know it's there, and it's like, just makes me happy. I don't know. Like,
You have plain sight treasures.
yeah.
Well, what kind of treasures? Because they probably
Money
just think that.
and like free draft cards and like a buy one get one free thing and like I have one that's been out back at Brass Tap for a year now that's still there that I see every day. There's $27. There's like 2 Susan B. Anthony silver dollars in it and some cash in it that I buried underground.
This is what crazy people say.
I just got those game and I buried my money.
I know. I got to go take out the money now. I forgot.
Susan B's a copper sandwich. Continue.
I want to write this down. Anyone who buries treasure, ask them.
I got buried
money.
I've always been into like what do you call them when you bury time capsules?
Oh, I thought you were
I
saying,
got what's it called when you bury women alive?
Okay, I'm not joking. I've got. I get drunk and get. Maybe I am crazy. I buried along Woodbury Road, which is the road behind Brass Tap, behind Waterford Lakes Plaza. I buried 2 other treasures that have a little tell that let me know they're still there. So when I drive by, I see a little thing.
It's a human hand sticking up there.
I see. And I've buried like time capsules in my front yard. I've buried time capsules in front of my neighborhood.
Buried an old lady I found.
There's one in my truck right now that's been in the pocket of my truck that I just haven't found a good place to put it.
These are all going to come in handy when you escape from Shawshank.
Are you shitting in the side pockets?
Right now, I'll bring it. I'll go get it and show you. It's in a little mason jar with money and a little note. It's got a little note in it that I've been looking for the right place to put it.
Oh my God!
It says like, "Oh, congratulations! Hope this brings you good luck." Like, here's my.
I bet you $1. You go out to that mason jar and it's empty and and there's a little note in there. The shoe scammer.
I'll go get it. I forget what the note says, but it's in my truck. It's got like probably $3 or $4 in it in a mason jar, sealed shut. It's been in the side pocket of my truck for like 4 months. I just haven't found a good place to put it.
What is?
I love your energy, man. You make me laugh. Yeah, I just love it.
Like, is your hope that someone in the future finds?
Yeah.
It makes them happy.
I've always been a treasure hunter. Like I watch those treasure hunting shows.
Love Pat. He's so cute.
He is. He's just harmless
He's
and
a child.
fun. He's
I
just
love
fun. He's the anti-Tom.
Yeah.
He's all about the fun.
I like fun.
Yeah, you're all about the fun. You guys like literally like you kind of like similar looks and but like he is the anti-you. Like he's all about the fun.
Yeah, but you're not bearing treasures. You're bearing notes of a crazy person.
But then so there's like $4 or $5. It's like if you found $5 on the ground, it's like with a note attached saying, "Hey, hope it brings you good luck."
You put money with it.
Yeah.
And then he writes, "I hope this money brings you good luck."
Yeah, every time.
I've had horrible luck with
person.
Now,
unfortunately, that'll
I'm
be
going to bear it in front of them. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to come here at night. I'm going to bear it in front of the studio, and I'm going to tell you, and they're never going to find it.
I will not go looking for a jar full of your pee-pee
I
and
don't want to get a
$5.
call from our neighbors. They're like, "There's some man in neon swimsuit. He's digging up your front yard." I'll be
Just
down
lay that
there.
sod, goddammit.
Yeah, I'll
He
be
popped
down
a
there.
hole in the sprinklers.
Yeah, I'll come down there and I'll bring him in the studio. Sober him up, get him home.
The police come, they draw down on you.
Pat is literally 8 feet tall and wearing 10 different shades of neon, and he thinks nobody sees him bearing these fucking things.
I know he's large, man. Where do you find swimsuits that are that?
You got to look.
Muscle. You're a muscle man.
A guy on Instagram hit him up.
I got it for sale. People hit me up on Instagram.
People these days love crazy people dressed in crazy costumes, acting suspiciously.
Now,
At night,
jars.
digging holes.
I want to warn Pat from my own personal experience. I've told you guys this story a million years ago, but when I was a kid, a call came into my house that we had won a free trip to Disneyland, and I gave away a bunch of personal information of my family. But my dad, it was you had to call back another number, and it was a charge line, so we got charged like $1 million for our fucking phone line. My dad took care of it all; it was no big deal. But for the whole rest of the time we lived in that house in Pennsylvania, we would get in the mail like flyers and little postcards for psychics and like all these scams, just like psychics that'll contact you, dead people, lottery numbers. We just constantly got these scam flyers in the mail for years.
Like if you got on the list, like
they know you're a sucker, Pat. They know you're a sucker.
You got on the sucker list.
This guy's going to sell you around as a fucking mark, and you got to watch out now.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially you, because you're still defending this motherfucker. You got to watch out now.
Don't send anyone any money. anymore.
still very upset. I've not been sleeping correct since this is
But
happened.
you want to know the fucked up part
Did you
about
tell your girlfriend?
I did yesterday because
Oh my God, did she leave
I'm
you?
like, hey, I'm going on Tom and Dan on Friday tomorrow. She's like, what? She's like, you normally go. I'm like, yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What'd you do?
She's like,
oh
yeah.
God, what did you do? Did you kill another old lady and bury her out front of the studio? Put her hand up so people can see her as they drive by.
So I had to tell her. She's like, you got scammed. She's like, for how much? I'm like, I didn't tell her. She doesn't know anything.
God, she's gonna listen to
And
this.
I'm not going to let her listen
my
to this.
heart a little bit, dude.
I'm not going to let her.
You're going to be fucking up your relationship.
That's why I didn't want to tell her at all. But I know myself, and
you will have to explain to her you got scammed out of $410. But then when you tell her you got the same shoes for $225, she's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I know. But I had to make it up to
get her
myself.
something.
I'm like, fuck it.
Go back. Hey, get the guy. Say, hey, do you have them in ladies?
I kind of want to start up another doll out of this guy and start sending him money. And just
you know what? You should contact him and just like fuck with him.
Hey, you got some shoes? Oh, well, what's his number?
I'll message
just
him right
tell
now.
me his number. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm on this page.
Yeah,
I'll message
just write. Hey, do you have air? Just write it like. Oh, just look at
My
the
friend
shoes.
Pat recommended
man.
it.
Do you have his
No,
phone number?
no, only through Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, Instagram. Just say, hey, do you got those blue Jordan 4s?
Is there any comments in his
No.
profile about?
No.
Is there anybody that says like, "Hey, I got these shoes," and then it's him?
No, yeah. He sent me photos of other people like saying, "Thank you so much. I love my shoes." He's like, I'm like, bro, this is a scam. This is earlier in the middle of it. He's like, no, it's not a scam. Look at this, and it's like three. I know it's obviously easy a screenshot to go to someone else's page. It's like a chick holding a pair of Jordans. She's like, thank you so much. I love my shoes. He's like, look, he sent me 3 or 4 people that claimed to be happy with their purchase from him.
It's like no one can find these pictures.
I mean, but still,
it's impossible to fake. You're right. It's
I just
something.
wrote, you got blue Jordans 4s, fam?
Oh my God, no! You should have said fam.
I did put fam. I put fam on
You
the end.
shouldn't have put it because he might know.
Nah, he's not that smart. I think that's the way in.
It is like it's like the way they talk. you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean by that? You mean my mom and dad? Is that what you mean?
Don't say that.
We know.
My mom was a fam.
Please, God, right back soon, please.
Well, I'll leave it up. We'll see. I wrote it from the podcast account, so he might go, oh, shit, this is the podcast. I was doing the voice that time. Take some heat off.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what's crazy is like going back to these like the scam documentary about like the vegan or the Tinder swindler, right?
Everybody's like, I would never fall for that.
Yeah,
This
hate
is how
it
it
when you say
happens.
that, by the way.
But by the way, also like the guy goes to jail for a little bit or whatever, then gets let out because technically he didn't really commit that much of a crime except for like defrauding someone out of their money. Anyway, he does 8 months and he gets out, and he's still fucking doing it.
Oh, yeah.
like even
it works, and they're good at it.
It's his like Instagram profile's still up, and he's still scamming. And I'm like, oh, scammer's gonna scam.
Even Sammy the Bull, when he got out of prison, started selling
Went
ecstasy
back,
like
yeah.
the
In
same
Arizona,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
know?
all they know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it's
that's
like
it.
if you're a professional scammer, you're gonna get back into scamming. You're never gonna stop, right?
We got to take a break.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's take a quick one. And man, that's fun. Well, I'll leave it up.
So, but you guys are right. The first 290, I was valid, right? Thinking I was going to get the shoes. At least tell me the first 290, I was okay with sending. No. Okay.
What if you got the shoes?
Oh my God, I know.
What if he says like, dude, you
Would
wouldn't
you
believe what happened?
apologize? Would you apologize?
I would. But I mean, I would still. No,
What if he showed up at your doorstep?
I wrote that. I said I'm going to pray that you die in hell. I wrote that. I did.
You can't pray to God to kill him.
It's weird. You believe in God.
I will pray. I will pray that you die. I will fuck you. You stole my money. It'll come back to you someday. I said your parents are probably scumbags too.
Oh, wow.
Got him with the fam.
The fact that I said some really bad things. This guy
I bet
times.
your parents are dishonest. You got him good, Pat.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
You need to go
Thank
iron
you,
cheek
thank
on him.
you.
I'll fuck your ass and break your back, make you humble.
I never even like when someone gets the best of me. I never even bother
Yeah.
because I'm just like, got me, and then you gotta move on because any more like energy you put into it, it's like
It's a waste,
They do it. They got it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they got they're taking it from you.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
And so it's like you have to move on. But oh man.
Well, I feel bad for you. We
Yeah.
will monitor the situation.
If you get a response, you better call me. Live,
Yes,
please.
of course. Yeah. We're going to
I
keep
wanna
it going.
know.
The name of the band is Ricky Lake, kind of like the lady.
Interesting.
But it's one man. It's like a man, and he calls himself Ricky Lake now. And he does, I guess, pop punk. I think.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to explain, but it's good. So check this out. We'll be right
it's
back
not
with...
Ricky Lake?
You know, it quite possibly could be her. We'll be right back with more on Mediocre Time right after this.
You said couldn't take you away from here.
if you're looking to buy a house or sell your current house, you got to use the Bart Merrick team. They have the experience. They know the market. They know all the tricks. They know... I feel like a lot of people use realtors because they're friends and family, and they may not have sold a house in a long time.
You can get burned by doing that.
The market has changed so much and also is constantly changing. In fact, Bart gave us a couple notes, and he said that, typically if you want to sell your house, you can be sold fast.
Yeah.
But he has noticed that things are slowing down a little bit, so it may be reaching the top of the market.
Sure.
So he told us to tell you guys that if you're looking to sell your house within the next year, you may want to do it sooner than later because you want to get maximum value. Speaking of that, you may not want to go with these internet companies that just send you an email like, hey, I'll give you this for your house. You know why? Because they're just going to resell your house for more.
Yeah.
So that means you're leaving money on the table if you take those offers. Get the most amount of money for it, and Bart and Crystal will help you.
And you hit on something that's so important. And I was just talking to my wife about this yesterday, is that in a lot of ways we reach out and we want to use a friend or possibly a family member for a realtor or for maybe even a mortgage or something like that. I would not do that. I would just go with who you know is going to do a great job and not ruin possible friendships and relationships you have. Because I have the horror stories that I hear, the friends that are no longer friends. I have some of those actually in my own family. I would just say go with two people that I know. Not only are they very nice people, Crystal and Bart are phenomenally nice human beings, but beyond that, like Tom said to start this ad, they have the knowledge because they're out there actively doing it.
And it's their team.
Yeah.
So Bart Merrick, Crystal Van, they both will be working simultaneously to help you either sell your house, buy a house, and talking about buying a house, they have seen a lot of success with new construction. They could help you with that. So, just talk to them. And also, Bart told me about there's a program called ribbonhome.com that helps people like buy their home with cash.
Yeah.
And so then they can be competitive in this market. Anyway, it's something that Bart and Crystal know about because this is what they do full time, all the time.
And they're here to help. It's barttherealtor.com. Is speed dial even a thing anymore? Like only
on house phones.
That's why I picked that song. Oh, welcome back to A Mediocre Time. The reason I picked that song is I was listening to it, and then the speed dial thing. I'm like, I remember my dad was addicted to Star 69. He
just wanted to show you. Look, this is in my truck.
Oh, okay. He's back.
He brought a treasure.
Okay, look, he's got my note.
Look at that little mason jar with money.
A little.
So this is what you bury.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to find these.
And I like how there's $2 bills in here, like a granny would give you.
That's why they're good luck.
And then what's in the change?
They're just quarters, probably. Yeah.
That is.
And there's a good luck note. It says.
What's your note say?
I know.
I want Tom to have to go out to a fair or something with Cadillac Pat.
He can't.
And force him to have fun.
Come to the fair with me, dude. I go to the fair every year.
He doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, but what if I infect? Because the stronger power always prevails. So
you're saying you're stronger than Pat?
Well, my negativity is stronger than his positivity, right? So
I don't know. He's pretty goddamn positive.
But I think that I will start to infect.
And you don't like to disippoint people.
Yeah,
you fake like you're having fun.
Movies taught me that good always wins.
Well, that's not the case.
What?
And it's not even that I'm bad. It's just I'm not having fun at this hellhole.
Okay.
There's obvious
Pat's feelings. He walked away from you.
He's
like, I can't hear that.
It's a county fair. It's a hellhole.
All right, Pat. Have a good weekend, buddy. I'm sorry.
Don't forget, if you find some of Pat's money in a hole, it's fine, and he wishes you good luck. If you steal some of Pat's money, it is not fine, and he prays that you will die.
The range of emotion there.
That's why he has to be so big. There's so much stuffed inside of him.
Yeah, there really is. He's layers and layers.
Let's do some news.
All right, let me find the right button and action.
You just want to start with news?
Ross's piece of shit.
Ross's anger.
Yeah.
You want to do anger?
I got both.
Ross's Anger brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go. Oh, just call Mo. Oh, sorry.
Did you want that?
Before or after?
I would say it would go injured on the go. Just call.
You're right.
Like that.
It's the DeWitt Law Firm.
Bop, bop. Bop, bop. It's the DeWitt Law Firm.
Still like runny nose that has been bothering me all week.
Don't
so.
say that.
Great.
You're not COVID.
No, it's allergies or something. I mean, if I had it for like 3.5 weeks.
I tell you have allergies, and you're like, I don't have allergies. That's for people like you. Weak.
Don't say I say that.
How's the lockjaw?
Don't say I say
It
that.
is like
You got too much mucus over
it's
there.
mucus. Anyway, sorry.
Did that hole in your foot close up, or is that still?
Yeah, what's going on with your
leaking?
foot?
No, it's fine. I shaved it off. no, I
Shaved it off.
Shaved it off?
Well, it's the cracks. You shave the
You
cracks.
shaved off your cracks?
Yeah, that's how you get rid of like the cracks in your heels. That's what my
Do
wife
you
told
see
me.
4 horrified looks staring back at you? What the fuck are you talking
I've
about?
never heard of shaving your cracks. My wife needs to shave her cracks, though, because sometimes when I get in there, I see spider legs.
In my shower, there was what looks like
My favorite Weezer song.
a cheese grater. In fact, I think
It was
it's
a cheese grater.
Yeah, it was
One of the best places to make pizzas in the shower. People don't know that.
God.
There's a
That's
cheese
disgusting.
grater in the shower that my wife used to shave her own cracks.
How do you know it's her? How do you know which crack she's shaving?
She tells me, and then she's like, "You gotta shave the cracks off every day in the shower."
I have a callus on my pappus that I have to shave down.
Sorry. Anyway,
Is your wife buying knockoff shoes on the internet or something? What's doing her feet? up,
Steve
dude?
Madden's only.
we have
my God.
Florida redneck feet. I think a lot of people have that. It's cracky feet.
Not
If
if
you
you-
wear actual shoes,
Yeah.
it's not
You only
really
have
an
to do it
issue.
like once or twice a week too. It's just wearing sandals every day. Like I only wear shoes like maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I wear sandals, and then I wear Crocs, and I wear slip-ons, and I wear regular sneakers, and I have a
variety.
You got to mix it up. I go a hair day, hat day,
Yeah. I can't do it.
fedora Saturdays.
So Ross, what are you angry about?
So the fact that you guys made a whole conflict intro promo for me really made me sit down and reconsider my whole life.
No, all right.
And I thought I was doing a lot better until today. I was like trying to think of conflicts, and I came up with a whole fucking list. And this is like just in 2 weeks. Since
Okay, all right, I love it.
Dan was there for one of them. I don't know if we want to get into that. Okay, so 2 of these are crucially related to the fact that I don't get drunk as much now.
Okay.
By which I mean I'm only getting drunk like 2 or 3 times a week. But so my tolerance is down, but I'm getting as drunk. I'm drinking as much as I ever did on those 2 or 3 nights a week.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
Bradley Knoll.
Yeah, that is a classic Bradley.
Yeah.
So this has been a week, man. It's been a week. I went out Wednesday, and I knew I was going out to do open mic. You run the open mic at the Bull and Bush, and so like before, had a bunch of shit we were doing Wednesday. Kind of calmed down. I was making sandwiches for everybody, getting ready. I was like, I had a whole bottle of champagne between like 5 and 6.
All right.
Just to start the
All
evening
right.
off.
Bottle in an
Just to
hour.
start the evening off while cooking. And then I got ready, headed out to Bull and Bush. Travis bought me another bottle. I got into another bottle. I blacked out at a certain point. The last thing I remember, I was hosting the open mic, and it was not good. I was a little slurry, and God only knows how I finished it because I apparently ended the open mic. I have no memory of it. But I had meant to make an announcement at the beginning that we were not going to, because people do. A lot of people do in this town, for whatever reason, have jokes about school shootings.
Okay.
And they come to the open mic and they do jokes about school shootings. I meant to make an announcement that this Wednesday there was to be none of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just let's all have a nice.
Do you say it on the mic? Sorry, but do you say it on the mic, or do you go to each person you know is signed up and say like, "Hey"?
I meant to do it at the be like, hey guys, silence your cell phones. Please keep your table talk to a minute. I'm gonna give it up for Travis. And tonight we're gonna have no Columbine jokes. We're gonna have no Sandy Hook jokes. Just
Yeah.
Because there's a handful of guys I could point out that just have them and could do them on any given day.
And you know those guys. You know what they do. Yeah.
And their shock jock meter is off. Like there's a time where you can tell
Well,
a
they
joke
would think
that
it's edgy.
Yeah. Where it's like you don't understand the you're not taking the temperature of your environment.
And
correctly.
maybe one of the 2 of these guys have the 5 minutes they have. And
Yeah.
but so whatever. I forgot to make the announcement at the front of the show.
Oh.
And so, I don't know, halfway in, somebody did start to do a fucking school shooting joke the Wednesday after
And you
that shit
speared
went
them
down
off
to
the
Texas.
stage. I would
Blacked out drunk.
Oh man, I wish I was there.
If Super Ross with a champagne saber on his back
Holy shit,
speared
that's
you off the
terrifying.
stage.
No, this is a move I've done a couple times, very few times. I've only ever done it before at the Bull and Bush, I think. Somebody was talking shit about the Bull and Bush, and I was like, the move was, since COVID, I've got it set up to where I'm just at the front of the house the whole time, and so is my soundboard. and I have a separate mic, and I'm right by my soundboard
nice.
running the show. So like if somebody's a little, I can adjust the volume or whatever right there. No, not sneak around him on the back of the stage and go to the soundboard. So I just literally took one step over and turned his volume all the way down and grabbed my mic and said, "No, not today. No, thank you. We're not going to do that today. Please come back another time, but not today." And I probably said it like, "Not today."
That's fine.
Oh, that's so awkward for me. Hey, did the person get pissed?
No, they accepted it from what I remember, which is very little.
That's for the best.
I honestly couldn't even tell you who this person was. I seriously
I was going to ask after
don't
the show.
even remember who it was.
No, it's better. It's better that way.
And and I just brought up the next comic.
And
It's also a nice way to speed your show up a bit, right? It's like, we didn't need that anyway.
did the people cheer? Like, did they were they appreciated? Or
I do remember, like, it wasn't going well. Like
okay.
I gave him like 20 seconds to work it out or whatever, and it wasn't happening for him. And so, yeah, I don't remember if they cared at all, but no, it wasn't.
Normally they're happy when you're like, and thank you. Like people are like, oh,
You know,
It was at worst a wash.
they're like, I'm going to give you 20 more seconds to work this out, but the probability of you doing so very small.
Now,
like at this point, you're never going to work this out.
You could have gone Cadillac Pat and just let him burn, right?
Yeah.
For like another 3 minutes.
But
Like,
again, I had that in my drunk head. I had made up my mind already that it wasn't going to happen tonight.
Yeah, good
I
call.
mean, I exercise my small, tiny little bit of power in this world.
There's some people that know how to accept the burn and feed off the energy of the burn, and there's some people that make the burn worse, like where there's like rapidly incinerating themselves. Where it's like you are making this awkward moment even worse, especially like Ross knows when you yell at the crowd or when you
fuck you, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you love that too.
personal pet peeve. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like they don't know how to accept. Like, all right, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Accept it. Understand the feeling of the awkwardness and acknowledge it. Right.
Accept the bomb.
I don't know. I feel like the audience knows. Like people say, I see you guys all the time. That was funny. Fuck you. No, there's an audience right there, and they didn't laugh. By definition, that wasn't funny.
You're 100% wrong.
When I watched a girl bomb at improv one time, and it hurt more than listening to Pat talk about giving away his $600. It hurt so bad. Like, that was her whole bit.
And a bomb at the improv is worse because you can go to the Bull and Bush on open mic night and bomb to 6 or 8 comics or 12 people that are in that, whatever. That's bad. That hurts. But if you go to the improv and there's 200 people in there, and they've also been like responding positively to other comics, because people who go to the improv they're ready to fucking laugh. If you can't make 200 people at the improv who all bought into that laugh, get the fuck out.
Yeah. And
see that.
It was bad.
Now, what if somebody, and this never happens, but what if somebody in the crowd stands up and nobody else is laughing and they go, fuck you, that's funny.
Oh.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you can't say it.
You
can't say
yeah.
it.
If the person in the crowd defends you, then you're like, I'm on.
But if it's your mom, you can't do it.
Yeah. So, what else we got,
All right,
Ross?
the other one Dan saw. This is Dan came out to trivia last week.
It was fun.
And I haven't got drunk at trivia in a while. I had another couple bottles of champagne
I
at
don't even
trivia.
think you seemed drunk. You just seemed, everybody was happy, and I was having a good ass time.
But I did engage in some behavior that I would never engage in sober, and I got in a shouting match with one of my own trivia teammates at the Bull and Bush, like during question.
Was it EJ?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No. It was who you think it is, Sam. The question on the table, Tom, was like, what are the categories of the Nobel Prizes? Do you know? I think there's 6.
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I know.
He just thought there was one Nobel Prize.
Yeah, 100%. I thought there was the Nobel
just a prize.
Prize. I know there was other ancillary prizes that are kind of for smart people or achievements and stuff, but I thought there was just
Your Booker T. Washington Prize.
something like, but I thought there was just
Mary Curie.
one. I guess now I think about it, there is like a Nobel Prize of peace and then of
Nobel Peace
electricity.
Prize. And the Nobel Electricity Prize.
hell are you talking
So
about?
Nobel Prize
There's categories.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we have peace,
man.
electricity.
There's earth, wind.
Wait a minute.
Fire, water,
Earth, wind, and fire.
heart.
Then we have September. Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Then we have in September.
Yeah. So
we got a lot of we got your physics off
Yeah.
the bat. Medicine, I think, maybe have been contention.
You
but
came with physics. I'm trying to think of the other ones
okay,
you thought
the two
of.
that were in contention, and this is where I got into a shouting match with a member of a team of my own trivia team.
And I was just brought on as a music specialist. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm just sitting there drinking my, IPAs and sitting there listening to what's happening.
The bone of contention was whether there was a Nobel Prize for physics, as I was asserting, or whether, as my teammate was asserting, there was a Nobel Prize for math. And I got real nasty about. He asked me, "What's the latest development that's come about in physics?" And I was like, "I don't know, the fucking Large Hadron Collider. They just mapped the black hole at the center of the galaxy." I listed off a bunch of them.
You did,
and then
fast,
I said,
too. You did it fast.
And then I said, "Oh, what's the latest development in math? What did they come up with a new plus sign? They got a new way to divide."
That's a good impression of yourself. That was good.
I shouted a bunch of bullshit developments that would result in winning a Nobel Prize for math.
I like that you're literally having a nerd fight. If there was a definition of nerd fight in the dictionary, it'd be like two guys having an argument over physics and math.
It's like that show. It's like the
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it's like Big Bang Theory. You'd expect to see that on there. This was good though. It was way more intense.
Now, what'd you settle on?
We definitely put down physics, and then actually, and he got kind of sassy about it. And then I whispered to Dan. I don't know if you remember this, Dan. I turned to Dan and I said, "I'm right, and it will never come up again."
Well, then at the end, you have the score, and they tell you.
And I was right. And nothing more was ever said.
Why do people do that? Why don't they say, you were right? You know
the
what?
The same guy, if I was wrong, by the way,
Ross
I would
did.
still be hearing about it.
He admitted when he was wrong.
I will say that I did find it was important, too, because I gave an answer that was wrong as well. I did find that it was important, though, to look at everybody on my team, and I did this where I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys." You know, like, I do think it is important to say that. So I'm with you on this. I think it's very important to you got to opt in. If you're opting in to give your answer, you have to opt out by saying your idea was right, my idea was wrong.
People have a huge problem with admitting that they're wrong.
Yes.
And I don't know what...
You always admit that you're wrong.
Because you're always wrong. It was an easy thing to do. And then by admitting it, it's fine.
Everybody's wrong.
You know, but they I saw on social media literally yesterday. Have you seen the thing where it's like... Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The fake, hey, Will Smith just copied an old movie, and then they show a little
clip. This one, Tom.
And then,
holy shit, Ross is in Tom's algorithm now?
Yeah. Weird.
And then it's just a clip of what seemingly looks like a movie. It doesn't look old, by the way, but it looks like a movie of a comedian or someone hosting an award show, and they're making fun of an actress or an actor's wife, and then the guy gets mad, he gets up and slaps the guy. And then he says, like, keep my name out of your fucking mouth or whatever. And then the person is like TikTok video, and the person's like, see, and like, this is weird. And then it's the false prank that Will Smith basically copied an old movie. And
so they're claiming that Will Smith, this whole thing was a orchestrated prank that we're just
he basically copied exactly what this old movie did, or a scene in this old movie or whatever, which immediately I googled 1 second, I'm like, old movie fake Will Smith, and then someone's like, yeah, this is made after the slap, and this was just someone did this as a film student to mimic what had already happened, and no one, blah blah blah.
Right.
So then I went to, it was a BDM or someone on my social, and I was like, hey, this is fake.
You're trying to set him straight? This is not going to go well.
People hate when you call out shit
It never goes well.
And then they'll go, it's so funny.
Yes, the person I just said it was interesting, and I'm like, but you only said it was interesting
because you thought it was real.
Yeah, because you thought this has actually happened. It's not interesting if it's fake.
Exactly.
There's nothing interesting at all. So why can't you just say, oh, it got me? I didn't look into it. I didn't take the 1 second to look. I just posted it immediately on my page and said interesting. So they get very defensive, and they refuse to say like, oh, I was wrong.
I love writing fake on things, by the way. I love it.
Why not acknowledge it? Why not just
Well, they're too busy sending $40 more to the shoe guy on Instagram.
Because
time
that
again.
made them feel stupid. That's why. You saying that it was fake and them not actually researching it makes them feel stupid, and they don't want to admit that.
But everybody's stupid.
I don't disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Like in some way,
we've all fallen for something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but everybody's done stupid things and have gotten tricked by things and whatever. It's fine. Just admit it. It's no big deal. No one's going to think less of you. I don't even care. No one cares.
Yeah, but you don't have an ego. You know,
is that what it is?
Yeah,
the ego?
I think so. It stings sometimes for people to feel like they're dumb or less than, especially if they come from a place where they're told that all the time. You know.
But then blame yourself and like, hey, I should have looked it up on the internet in 1 second, found out that this is fake, and then I wouldn't have posted it and looked like a fool.
Right.
The fact that I believed it.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I got you.
And I think they did it later on. Admit that they're like, I should have looked it up, but I didn't. I just thought it was interesting.
You changed the world today.
The what?
You changed the world today.
I know it's never going to change, and I should never even.
Nope. Don't engage.
Don't engage at all. Every time I do, I regret it.
You shouldn't even have watched that video. You should scroll right to the next one of the tall Japanese girl walking down the street in a short skirt.
But
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that?
No,
That's every other fucking video.
All I get now are drummers and cars. I guess that's all I'm talking about or something. I don't know. All I get is drums. People playing drums. I get this Italian guy that's got the fastest stroke in the world. He can like do a single stroke roll with sticks.
Oh, so
and he does a speed roll on the top of a Pepsi bottle. Like on the cap?
He's like,
yeah, he's like, and then he's like, this is why the ladies love me, because he's got like that. Like, seriously, I was like, I like this drummer, and I'm watching his videos for weeks, and the last one he did, it's like, he was showing me how fast he can finger women's pussies. I'm like, yuck. I mean, like, not yuck, you know what I mean? That's
hilarious.
Kind of on brand for me, too, because, look, I like women.
But that's what they're saying.
I was like, why are you doing that? I liked your drum videos, now you're talking about fingering.
I do like when people say an inappropriate joke that means something extremely vulgar, but they think by just saying like, I have a long tongue for a reason. And you're like, you're saying that you like eating out women.
And also, just because you have a long tongue doesn't mean you're good at it.
Like,
I think it does.
It goes.
No.
I don't have one, so nothing's going to change my...
but it goes back to my grandma asking me, like, are you and Crystal...
How long is your tongue?
How long's your tongue? No.
Let me see that tongue.
But it's like with your grandma...
You got a tongue like your grandma.
I remember my grandma asked me years ago if me and Crystal... or like,
Do you guys have long tongues? How long's your wife's
If
tongue?
you're trying to have kids.
Trying to
I
have
hate
kids.
that shit.
Both of you have long tongues, your kids are going to have humongous tongues.
Asking if we're fucking, yeah.
Oh, not even fucking. You're asking if I'm cream pieing, right? Like,
Right, yeah.
That's what you're asking. Like, are you cream pieing currently? Like,
Yes, I am. Currently cream pie.
But she's masking it by saying, "Are you trying for another kid?" But it's
Right.
really asking if I'm cream pieing.
Related, related, unrelated.
I don't want to talk about it.
Related, unrelated. Am I the only adult in this room that when my wife and I are being intimate, that when we're done, you know what I mean? I look at her, she looks at me, and I go, 1, 2, 3. Cleaning.
You give a countdown when
Yeah,
you get out of there?
that way we can keep the sheets nice. Anybody else?
No.
Anybody else?
I do the move where I'm like, I think I have to stay on top for 3 Mississippis, or it's considered like disingenuous, or like she'll, like don't think I love
literally
her.
almost just screamed.
Wait, you have to give you have a waiting period? Like
I count 3 Mississippis, and then
you count. Hold on, I count 2. Maybe.
And then I pretend like I have to do something like,
I got to change the oil in the car. Oh, bye-bye.
but I always,
Shit, I got to put a ceiling fan up.
I always have to.
This is why, like, my brain is broken anytime I ever try and pretend that Tom has a sex life, because he's so fucking awkward that I can't even imagine him being intimate with anybody.
I counted out loud with my wife because, like, honestly, I think we've agreed. Look, you can make fun of me all. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just like she doesn't like we have a special bed that has special sheets. It's that stupid space bed that goes up and down, and our bed sheets have a cut in the middle because I have my own side, she has her own side, and they move autonomously, right? Like my side can be up when her side's down.
I know how hospital beds work.
Yeah, we also have that shower that you can fill up and stand in. It's a bathtub. It's like you're standing in the bathtub.
Walk in, close the door,
and it fills up to my neck. Have you seen that? I want one
That
so
is
bad.
awesome.
It's awesome. I don't want to have to sit down in the bathtub. I want to stand and have the water be up in my neck like I'm standing in a lagoon in the Caribbean.
So you just lay on top of your wife
For
like
3
a dead
Mississippis.
fish for 3 Mississippi?
No.
No, he means at the end, like when that's right.
a
Like
little
when
bit
I
out
do
of breath.
when I do the 1, 2, 3, and then we disengage, and normally she rolls, and then I just make sure my ding dong doesn't touch the sheets and leave a snail trail. and then she goes and pees, and then I go and wipe with a washcloth and clean myself up. I go inside, outside, around the corner.
Don't talk about it. Yeah.
We don't count down.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Robbie, don't talk about it.
You're too good for this conversation.
Yeah, stay out of this. Stay out of this. Yeah.
See, me and my wife, when we're done, she's on her side of the curtain. I'm on mine. Do what you gotta do.
There's a point where I do want to run immediately after, where it's like, I have to get out of here. What have I done?
Like Squid Game? Like,
You're embarrassed by having sex?
Not embarrassed, but at the end of it,
Why do you want to run out of there?
Well, it's just like I want to like disappear, like Star Trek.
Right? That sounds like shame to me.
So on 4th Mississippi, you just want to materialize back onto the ship?
Well, yeah, that'd be awesome, right? And then just go about your day. You're like, I'm done with that.
Well, no, I never
just a transaction.
I never think of it as if I'm done with that.
Well, that's why the 3 Mississippis. So it's more
you are
like
a robot.
And then a hug, and then I'm like,
a hug?
Then I'm like, thank you. I don't know what to say.
I do hit my wife with this. So look, I'll help you out. Sometimes I hit with Andrea. I'll hit her with, is that good? And she's like, good for me. I'm like, good for me. I'm like, we do a checklist. Did you get yours? Yeah.
Oh, you're asking?
I do ask.
I can kind of tell how it went.
Can you?
I gauge. I'm like,
she's got gauges?
No.
She's got a little card like at a Brazilian steakhouse. She just flips it over. When she's done.
Yeah. Before he walks in the door, she flips red.
Yeah, I get a general feel about how.
Yeah, that's your name, General Feel.
I hate to defend Tom, but he's not a robot. It's that so. Sex it's closeness. You come together,
intimacy,
you're close, and then when it's over, this is just my own personal theory. I feel like guys and girls have different responses to that. Like to a guy, that's the closeness of it all is overwhelming, and then we want to separate and like get a little bit of ourselves back to ourselves. Whereas like the ladies want to like let's converse about that experience and like share it together again through words.
Let's hold each other.
My wife doesn't want that.
We just have different reactions to the sharing of it all. I feel like.
I feel like my wife wants to pee me out of her as fast as she can. That's what it feels like. And it's fast, too, because I don't have a stream like that. I'm 45, and I go in there, and I get the... but when she goes in there... And then she's done. And I'm like, wow, that shit... I think the model without the prostate, I feel like she's fuel injected, and I got a carb. That's what it feels like.
This is the last on the anger list. And this is... I want to give you guys an example of me holding on to my anger.
All right.
So I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook this week, we're getting dropped by our insurance like everybody in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
So we had to get done what is now called a 4-point inspection, where a guy comes into your house and looks at the 4 crucial systems in your. I think it's plumbing, electrical. I forget what the other ones are, and then he tells you
some kind of wind mitigation.
Every fucked up thing that is wrong with your house.
He's like, oh, there's no straps up here. We're like, straps.
We had that on my Audubon house.
We lived in this house 20 years. Last year, for the first time, we spent $50,000 on upgrades, new roof, windows, doors, fucking, and this guy still found so much fucking shit. My entire electrical system needs to be refuculated, as Ricky would say. It's old. It's 58 years old. We
had to change her entire outside box. We had the copper wires that are wrapped in paper. Whose idea was that, by the way? We had wires. Do you have those?
We have. That's one of the things. Paper wrap wires.
Wrap them up good.
No, it's one small line of paper. It's not even
wrap these in dry newspaper. That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
And then one of the big issues is there's a crack in our bathroom tile. So, like, the shower's leaking into the wall. And so we had to get that all we're getting that redone. We got a guy on that right now. So we're going to Home Depot to get all the shit for the shower, right?
Yeah.
He's there to meet us to make sure we don't fucking fuck it all up. My wife is excited because she's been wanting to redo the bathroom, and we can't afford it, but now we have to do it. So
oh, God.
Yeah.
And so she runs into Home Depot. She's like ahead of me, I don't know, fucking 2 car lengths. She's 2 car lengths ahead of me going to meet Eric, and I'm behind her. There's a guy selling air conditioning units, like, just like, hey, air conditioning. hey, you're like just.
Does he work for Home Depot?
He's wearing a fucking. He's wearing a goddamn. What do you call that? Apron. He's got the apron on.
They put him out front and the displays for the barbecue grills and the ACs.
Yeah, they yell at you now when you walk in.
Which is weird because I don't think they work off commission. Like
I've noticed it as well. Yeah, last time I was in there, I got yelled at as I was walking in about grills.
Just stand there.
No, they're making themselves known. Charbroil.
Yeah, this guy was doing the bare minimum. My wife walked by. I saw my wife's ahead of me. She walks by. He goes, AC. She's like, no, thank you. And just keeps walking. And he sees me coming up. And he goes, AC. I'm like, no. And then he looks back at my wife. And he looks at my wife as I'm walking past. He goes, ooh, that ass.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Ooh, that ass.
Ooh, that ass.
Ooh, that AC.
Wow.
I like that.
And he didn't know we were together because we were 2 car lengths apart. And he was just like a moment he was sharing with me. Like, I appreciate that.
That's good. Yeah. I like that as well.
You like that too?
I want other men to compliment my wife's looks.
I would
get the smell.
I think normally I'm a, would you fucking say?
It made me mad for 1 second until I figured out that we were so far apart, he didn't know we were a couple.
Right.
And that, because my initial instinct was like disrespect, like, in front of my wife. And then, no, he didn't even fucking know. He was just
respect.
Yeah, a little bit.
It turns into respect. It is sometimes, I mean, he's giving it a compliment.
Yeah.
Now, later, when he saw me and my wife walk by him together, he did a double take. He did a double take.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then he was like, he looked at you, he was like, ooh, that hair. I like it.
It's weird. Like, by the way, Home Depot, we know that you sell ACs and barbecue grills. Like,
you don't have to tell us.
We're in there for a fucking the top of our hose or like some other
screws
shit.
you want to steal.
Like, if we need AC, we'll go. Like, we're not gonna stop and be like, oh, you sell ACs? I'll take one. But then,
thank you.
Who buys a portable AC on a whim?
You do. Your wife does. She put it in the garage.
No, she bought it for a hurricane. I guess maybe people are like, oh,
we have a hurricane party tomorrow. Bring it.
I got to get that Jeff Foxworthy air-conditioned cooler.
There's no way it works. We should buy it for the show and just
Let's do it.
I'm not giving him a dime. I'm not giving Jeff Foxworthy one dime of our money. No.
He's already got the money. He got paid by the cooler company.
Yeah, he doesn't give a damn.
The cooler company, they're the ones.
We should book Killer Bees for one of our events and just say it's Jeff Foxworthy and see if people can figure it out.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Close enough.
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's not bad.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with some news.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
And then we can skip dump them out, which is, people.
We'll save the topics for tomorrow's podcast.
Yeah, that works. That definitely works. The name of the band is... Yes. This is The Dreaded Laramie. The name of the song is Tell Me. Kind of like what Tom used to scream. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan and Sam and Ross and Rod. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Tell me that I am a monster. Tell me I'm cruel and you're cold.
My absolute favorite cheat meal. I've been eating pretty clean.
Yeah.
But if I want to go for it,
yep.
And if I want to put a smile on my face if I've had a rough day, there is nothing better than 2 double Ds, fully loaded. I do 1 chicken, and I'll do 1 pork. My mouth's watering. It's getting a little frothy.
I know.
Chicken and pork, and then I get the chips, side of queso, side of salsa, and then I get that. And don't sleep on this. This is important. They are the only restaurant that I know of that's not just a small taqueria on the side of the road that serves Valentina hot sauce.
Yes.
Do not sleep on Valentina hot sauce. You can only find it at Walmart. Look, I know about this stuff. I know about this stuff.
It's a perfect consistency.
You drink it. When Tom goes there, he straight up just starts pumping the Valentina on everything.
I like the dang quesadilla. I like that pork dang quesadilla.
A little bit of sea salt on the top of it.
Exactly.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. They give you a side of sour cream.
And then he pumps the Valentina all over the sour cream.
And the pico.
Oh, so good.
Gringos does a phenomenal job. There's multiple locations. There's the original downtown location. There's the Milk District location on Michigan Avenue, UCF location. The
Amway?
Yeah, Amway.
I always forget about the Amway because we forgot that the world is now open. We're back open again.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you go for a concert, you don't have to get like a hot dog in a piece of aluminum foil. You don't have to eat popcorn and go like, oh, we'll get dinner later. You can eat Gringos right there in the Amway Center.
Also, great company to work for. I know the owners. We've known them for damn near 7 years now since it started, advertising with us, but they are hiring. If you go to gringoslocos.com and go all the way to the bottom to their careers tab, you can find out more information. But maybe your kids are looking for the first job, and they're offering a lot of incentives
I would
to work
love
there.
it if Maisie worked at Gringos and then she just brought me home tacos and I just got fat.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So have some tacos, some Double D, some dang quesadilla, and if you're looking for a cool place to work, it's gringoslocos.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Tom, let's do some Ross news.
All right. I don't have to hit the thing again, do I? I already hit it once.
Play the other one since we.
Okay, you'll play the other one? All right, we'll do it in reverse.
Switcheroo.
Here we go, and hold your ears, folks.
What do you mean? You need to see ID. No, I won't get my wife. You deal with me.
Ooh, that ass. You should have had that. Like, have a button.
Confrontation of the week.
It's my favorite Death Clock song.
It's a really. Oh, man, I miss Death Clock.
They're playing something coming up. They're like, I saw somebody was going to a fucking Death Clock concert coming up.
Yeah, all the fake bands that are real bands, like them and Gorillaz, they're all coming on tour.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, everything's open. So, yeah, it's time to make money again.
Yep.
So what do we got, Ross?
All right, this is a little public service announcement. I know a lot of our listeners are going to be spending time at the beach this summer. Here's a beach tragedy that can happen. I've never heard of this shit before. A family from Maine on vacation in New Jersey. 18-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid, boy and girl. They decide, fucking around at the beach, as one does, they're going to dig a hole. You ever been to the hole and dug a beach, Tom? Yo, you're the king of playing in sand.
He loves digging holes. We know
yes,
that.
yeah. It's funny you mentioned this because my wife saw this story
too, and it paranoid, like it made her crazy.
Because I am a hole digger, and I will dig.
You're part golden retriever, right?
I'm a hole
He's a hole
digger.
digger. See, I went with Kanye.
I'll put,
I like yours.
I'll put the kids inside the hole, and then Crystal started yelling. But I'm like, this must have been a massive hole.
I put my kids inside a hole.
With frisbees, they dug a 10-foot hole.
Wow. God damn.
That's like those guys on YouTube that will build a palace with a lagoon in like a day using a stick.
Yeah.
I love those guys.
And 10 foot.
Do they tear those down or do they leave them?
Like the standard wall is 10 foot, and in most rooms or whatever. So that's like a hole where the top is at the ceiling, which is crazy.
It's deep.
Yeah.
And then so the hole obviously collapses. The male kid buried completely. The girl buried up to her chest. Emergency crews took hours. Bulldozers, ladders, heavy machinery, buckets. They got her out. The boy died.
Yeah, it's super sad.
That is terrifying, though. Imagine how that. Well, you don't have to. But I'm just saying, if you later today, if you want to imagine how that would feel,
There's video of it, so just be aware of that.
God.
Of the attempted rescue. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
but they're like
there's
blurring
video.
out of a certain. But it's like just don't even film.
For a
that.
split second, I thought you meant that there's video, like from his perspective, wearing like a GoPro.
No.
Because that would scar me up.
It seems harmless, but a 10-foot deep hole, especially with sand, like it can
At
collapse.
the beach.
Yeah, it can collapse.
That water intrusion has been a factor.
Like anybody who's dug a hole at the beach knows that it constantly collapses in on each other. Like it's
startling that they got to 10 feet.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I can't even believe that it's possible.
I've never been to a New Jersey beach. It's got to be a little bit different composition because there's no fucking way we could drive out to Cocoa and dig 10 feet down with fucking frisbees right now.
When you hit water probably at 6 foot,
Yeah.
even if you were far in the
Up by
hit
the
the water.
dunes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to show up when we had to work the T-shirt shop there. Snooki would always take my spot.
And then, are you going to mention that this happened
missed that
to
show.
another teen like days later or the same day?
Copycat.
No. So this same tragedy happened either the same day or the same week.
We got to ban
It was
all
a day
sand.
later.
A day later, yeah.
One was in Jersey and one was in North Carolina.
We got to ban the sand or at least put a waiting period on it.
Crazy. crazy. Like and I've heard of this happening before, like of teens being buried alive.
Nobody's gonna stop the sand except a good guy with the frisbee.
Oh man,
it's You're right, though. I don't think this could happen in Florida just because of the way.
I feel like we got different sand.
No,
but
it might be the water table, right? Like,
Yeah.
So like when I was a kid digging holes, you would dig, and then you'd always reach a point where it'd start filling up with water, and that would either be good for what you were doing or bad. Like if you were making drip castles, it's awesome, but if you were trying to make like a hole, you'd be like, I don't want this water here. So I think where we're at, because we're so close to sea level, no matter how you dig, it just fills up with water. Which, like, I don't think they have the same problem there. Like maybe that's what you see what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's possible for us to get a 10-foot deep hole that won't have water in it that would eventually just push you straight up, right?
Yeah, or you couldn't just dig anymore because the water will make it collapse in on itself.
Correct.
But maybe at the top of the dune, like, maybe at the...
Never go to the top of the dune.
Right when you get off the boardwalk, like there...
Top of the dune to you.
Get down, I don't know. But it's super sad story.
Or maybe there's sand added to the beach now. Sometimes they bring truckloads in for the season or whatever.
Yeah.
My dad used to tell me never bring sand to the beach.
And by the way, like...
But he meant it, like really, like...
You'll hear like tons of warnings about other things and never a sign about no digging or giant holes.
That was what I was going to say. Never enough stuff to worry about at the beach. It's always something.
You think though? I mean, this happened twice in the same week. You would think that there would be at least be one sign like, "Be careful about digging holes too deep."
We should do this at our beach party. Have a biggest hole contest. We're bringing it back, right? I'm just trying to tie it all in. I mean, we started the show talking about how we're bringing the time of day beach party. It's a dig at your own risk.
Yeah.
You know, but
I'll
hey.
make that sign. Next story, Ross.
All right. Tokyo, Japan. They were doing a little COVID relief, right?
It's a little late.
Yeah.
This is in April, I think. This town called Abu, 463 low-income households were due to get some yen from the government, right?
All right.
That's us. That's you.
It was
it's Ying, yong, ding, dong. How dare you.
Okay.
46.3 million yen, about $360,000. Okay, and it was supposed to go to these 460 some families. It all went to the first guy on the list.
All right. Okay, I like this.
Instead of distributing it evenly, the whole wad went to the first guy on the list. He noticed. He noticed, and before they caught him. When they caught him, it was about $360,000. When they caught him, he had $530 in his account. Where did it go? Online gambling.
Yeah,
really? He blew every fucking penny. Allegedly, supposedly, it's not all been traced down yet, but on online gambling.
Now, okay, follow me here
because I swear you try to defend gambling.
No, I've said that this exists, and like there's a internet group of people that basically use credit cards to gain points to get free stuff, right? And they use the scam the system.
We know a guy that does that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you his name.
So there's a there's a big group that does this all the time, and the legend, the urban legend, I guess, within this group, the guy, our friend that does this told us, is that you get to a certain point where you can cash out because you have so many open credit cards that you could cash out hundreds of thousands of dollars out of each credit card because you're doing this so much or whatever, and then you take that money and supposedly if you take the money and then like can prove that you went to Vegas, at least like get a hotel in Vegas. Like you bury the money or you hide the money, and then he
was telling us this with a straight face, by the way.
After a while, you then say you admit, like, all right, I took all this money out. There's nothing illegal. They're my credit cards. I legally took it, and I blew
you got that credit legally,
and I blew it all in Vegas trying to win. They've done nothing illegal so far, right? Because they just lost it, and they can't track the fact that you lost cash money in Vegas, right? So there's really no way to prove. I guess now with security cameras and stuff, maybe there's something like with it. But anyway, that was essentially the plan because you can't prove how much money you lost. There's no receipt to how much money you lost in blackjack.
And then you got to dig a hole, and we know about holes. Totally unsafe.
But saying you lost
a guy in a barrel, throw him in the lake.
Now he could have legitimately lost in gambling, but saying you did is an easy excuse rather than saying you stole it or like spent it on other things because they're like, well, where's your boat that you bought? Anyway.
They got this guy making a 4 million yen deposit to the online gambling site.
No,
and again, he has $500 in his account.
God damn.
Yeah, lost it all.
That's not what I would do. Like, I think the first thing I would do is probably buy something, right?
Shoes on Instagram.
I'm trying to put myself in the mind of a grifter, and so you see the money appear in your account. You know it's not yours. You come up with a scheme, and that scheme is you take it all out, you gamble it up. You gamble up, you get a little something for yourself, and then you can put the money back. It's like you didn't even steal it.
That's probably what his dodo plan was.
Yes.
I don't know. I was on board until you said it was a dodo plan. Now it's like a dodo.
Well, the
use all
dodo
the money
part,
to buy shoes, Dan.
Yeah.
the dodo part is
I like that one too.
part of your plan encompasses guaranteed win, which
Yes.
is not the case. In fact, the odds are against you.
I've
so
always
that's why it's
thought-
dodo.
even when Clear Channel would overpay us, there was one time when a girl we worked with named Amanda, she got
Yeah.
like a check for like her like paycheck that day.
Or direct deposit.
Yeah, it was a direct deposit. It was like
200
50. No, I thought it was like 55,000 or something. I don't think it was like crazy, but it could have been 200,000.
I thought it was in the 100, like a couple $100,000.
It doesn't matter. Let's go with 100 grand. So, like, Amanda got 100 grand in her account, and I've always thought, like, if that happened to me, that I would just go there and I would just take the 100 grand out, and then I would just give it to somebody or hide it somewhere, maybe even in my house. You know, just like put it under my bed, and then they're like, "Where's the money?" And I'm like, "I'm not telling you."
It's stealing, though.
That's fine.
Like, people have gotten charged with, which is, it seems to me not
Yeah,
fair.
I don't think
because
that's
it's like,
fair.
You deposited this in my account, but this has happened before, and people have, like, tried to run off with the money,
But I
and
would
they
at
charge
least-
them with theft.
At the very least, I would take all the money out. At the very least. I'm not sure I know what I would do with it.
I think maybe even taking it out is some sort of crime.
That's my account.
You're right.
That's the way I look at it.
It doesn't seem right, but I bet Samantha, you look up like people that get false deposits. It happens
Yeah.
a lot.
Probably happens every day.
But if they try to take the money, it never goes well for them. They're never like, you got me.
Get it as a cashier's check. That way, it's like still money. It's still valid anywhere, and you got it in one little piece of paper you can hold. And then when they come looking for, maybe they don't come looking for it. If they don't, you're fucking scot free. And if they do come looking
How
for it,
long do you wait though before you spend it?
You wait until they come. If they come looking for it, well, I don't know, maybe a year.
That's
Give it
what
a
I'm
year or
thinking,
something.
yeah.
So that's scenario A. Best case scenario, they don't come looking for it. It's yours,
Right.
free and clear. Scenario B, they do come looking for it. Well, you put this money into my account. I felt responsible for it. I felt the need to safeguard it, to secure it. You guys are obviously fucking idiots with your own money.
Oh, I like this. I like that.
I can't. You can't
Turn
be
into a
trusted.
confrontation.
The bank, maybe the
Yeah,
bank
get 'em,
made a
Rob,
mistake.
get 'em.
Nobody can be trusted in this scenario except for fucking me. That's why I have it.
Now I'm
I
a
have
trustee,
it.
yeah.
I have it. I haven't spent a fucking penny of it. It's in my control. And if you guys want it, let's talk. How much
Yeah,
of it do you
yeah.
want back? What percentage of it do you want back? I'm willing to give you back some of it. Maybe.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's
think
talk. That's when they arrest you. Like, I'm not sure.
Admitting you have
Then
the money.
you'll never find it. I've got it buried, and there's a woman's hand on top of it. I'll know if you want to bury it.
What you're
I
saying?
have to go find Pat's treasure.
It makes
I'm
sense.
talking about it. It just makes the show look crazy.
But
I was really excited until he said it was a couple of Susan B. Anthony's and a $2 bill. And I was like, all right, I could go to the bank and get that.
if anything, just hide it and then take the whatever the punishment is. Like, if you haven't had any like criminal past, it's
Go to
probably,
Shawshank for the 15 or whatever.
We're not going to keep
There's
you.
been movies about guys that do that, right? Like the plane crashes and the money's on there, and then they take the money, and Billy Bob Thornton, and they arrest him, and then he's like, I'll go to jail, and he does like 2 years. When he comes out, his wife has the money, but then the family knows where the money's at, and they're all fighting, and they kill each other.
Dude,
it's stuff like that, right?
In the documentary Cocaine Cowboys, like the original one, I think they joke around about like
Yes, they do.
the one guy that was flying
Yes.
coke back and forth is like he did his jail time and now he's out. He's retired.
He makes
or
jokes about
whatever.
having
But
money, yeah.
He has a yacht and he lives in a mansion.
Yeah, he's loaded.
And then I was like, whoa, he didn't get this money from being a pilot. How the fuck is it like they're interviewing him in his mansion?
I kid
and it's
you
like,
not.
well, obviously he hid some of the money he used for drug money and now he's retired off of it.
I kid you not. I asked my wife, well, where do you think you got the money? And her answer was speaking engagements. I'm like, you're out of your mind. You doing yacht money? Like, he must be like Bill Clinton or something making $35,000
no.
a pop or I don't know,
she's so
50 grand a
sweet.
pop.
Yeah,
That's like when they busted Bernie Madoff, and then they're interviewing his family, and they're like, "We had no idea," from their $1 million fucking luxurious
Right.
Manhattan apartment.
Yeah. Manhattan
like-
apartment. That's all you needed to
Yeah.
say. It could be a shitty Manhattan
Yeah.
apartment.
Like, yeah, there is some legitimate crime from looking the other way. Like, you know something shitty is going on, and you're like, I don't know. But you fucking knew. you damn sure knew. Anyway.
Let's talk about some crime. This eBay. we got a bunch of eBay executives. I think the last one just pled guilty Thursday. They caught them in this. So there was an online newsletter. I don't have the name of. Okay, newsletter e-commerce bites with a Y. Okay,
BYTES.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So these eBay executives, they viewed it as critical of the company, so they started fucking with them. They made a bunch of bots to harass them on social media, right?
Okay.
Sent live cockroaches in the mail. I had one headline that said
that like you went from bots to that's a weird weird thing to go from. It's
I had one headline that said they also sent spiders in the mail.
Oh my god!
I don't see it right now. They sent a funeral wreath, and here's a move: they sent somebody a book about surviving the loss of a spouse.
Oh my
Do you
God.
understand the implication?
Yeah, indirect threat.
Yeah.
And these are
We're gonna
executives.
kill your wife with spiders, motherfucker.
Yes.
And these are executives at eBay.
Sent it to these people with the hopes of getting them to stop publishing negative articles about eBay.
Look up how much spiders are on eBay.
What
kind of spider?
I don't know. I'm joking.
Were these people have a vested interest in the success of eBay, or are they just employees?
The newsletter, they published an article about a lawsuit filed by eBay accusing Amazon of poaching its sellers. That's
Okay.
what they were pissed about.
Interesting.
So, but I'm always curious of so these guys that were pissed off and like sending the spiders and like obviously like doing all this time and energy to like get these people back and some revenge. Like, are they personally? Is it they part owners or like are they just employees?
Right.
You're that mad? You're sending
Why are you
competitor
doing
spiders?
this? Yeah, it'd
for
be like
a company
if you and I were sending spiders to people who shit on Clear Channel. And then
It's
Clear
like,
Channel's like, why are you doing this?
Or even like, why do you care so much?
Yeah.
Like, they'll fire you in 1
we're
second.
company men for life. Corporate time.
This guy who just pled guilty on Thursday, another executive sent him to Boston from California with tools and a plan to break into the couple's garage and install a GPS tracker on their car. And then during a planning dinner, him and another guy joked about what they could leave on the couple's porch, up to and including human feces.
Yeah, it's the only way to save eBay. I'm with you 100%. It's the only way to save eBay. It's to shit on their porch and put a tracker on their car.
It sounds like bored rich old men fucking around, right?
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like what all the main characters in Righteous Gemstones did.
You're right.
I mean, we were on the same wavelength because I'm like, this does sound like what really bored, dumb old men would do.
Like Danny McBride goes with a shotgun to
and
try
a
to scare you. It's like, why did you do that? It's like, this shit happens in real life. Like,
it does.
What are you doing? You're rich.
That's a great story.
I
want to know more about that.
Why are you risking...
And what kind of
anything?
spiders? Like the spiders thing is like, and how many? How many are they come in a bag?
Why do you care so much about? Like, I understand if you're an executive, maybe you got a bunch of shares in the business or whatever. Like, their eBay success equals your success. All right, but you're gonna risk your fucking livelihood and your family,
your reputation,
and your like all this shit by going and fuck around, like breaking into someone's house. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, the only thing I can say though is a lot of these things, if I weren't who I am, do sound exciting. They do sound sort of fun.
Is it boredom
too? I don't hear anything in here about like they're going to kill the people. You know what I mean? Like, it is too far and it is bad and it's not good stuff. But I can't say that it doesn't sound like sort of exciting. Like, I can think of a few people I'd send some spiders to.
eBay's going to have to fire these people, right?
They're not working for eBay anymore. And again,
that's what I'm saying. What do you do? Like, all this was, we got to defend eBay, and then they're firing you because
they must have been getting paid on the side, right? To do this?
Something.
I mean, because why else?
From eBay?
From this senior executive or whatever the hell.
People are dumb, Sam. Even executives, even rich people, even owners of companies, like, they're dumb. Like, they're good at what they're doing, but
we're right here.
They don't have common sense, or they make illogical decisions, or some emotional bullshit, or just...
Or they could be crazy.
They're frat boy dumb. You know, there's like, oh, let's put shit on their floor. There's Seth.
I always...
Seth's multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be shitting on everything.
And he always goes spiders and shit first. Always.
If Seth would do this, if he was an executive, if his dojo blew up and he was the fucking owner of this string of dojos, he's a multi-millionaire, and there's another dojo that
and
opened
they're
up there.
Shitting on him on Yelp. He would be sending spiders to him and shitting on him. Yeah.
You know
Can't argue with that. That fleshes out. Yeah.
And then he'd be fucking kicked out of his own dojo.
And then we couldn't have him in anymore. We're like, dude, you're shitting on people's porches. You're sending spiders everywhere. You're fucking
we'd
crazy.
have him in. He does that now. We love it. The best content. All right.
There is a thing also, and Dan, maybe you'll agree with me. There's a thing where this is about a website called e-commerce bites, I think we called it.
Yeah. E-commerce bites.
You ever heard of it before?
No.
People, even people with way too much power, sometimes see something typed on the internet and it makes them irrationally overreact.
Yeah, but it's weird. Yeah, because you're
think about radio people that have seen maybe a sentence or two typed about them on the internet and then disproportionate reactions.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I'll kill your family. There's you'll kill this person's family.
Wow.
What? We're just writing words. No one's even seen this shit. No one.
Yeah.
No one even has seen this shit. Why are we freaking out? It's insane. It's an act of an insanity.
I wonder if it's a form of because do we communicate more online than we do face to face now?
Yes.
Percentage
wise,
society, yeah.
Average person, probably, yeah.
So I wonder if there's some sort of odd psychosis or something, or a weird a weirdness that goes along with only communicating that way.
Yeah.
And the life that you're living and communicating in digital world is completely
totally different.
And the moral code you live by, and I'm trying
There's no consequences.
Right.
There's no instant consequences
until there is.
Yeah.
Dude, I talk to people all the time.
That's terrifying.
They're like, the world's going to shit. Everybody's fighting. It's the worst and stuff. And then I'm like, are you just living in the internet? Because if you go to Publix,
it's great.
People will say hi, nice to be the people are nice to you.
Yeah, it's true.
But if you go to Walmart, people are fighting.
I don't know. I love Walmart. Excellent interactions there.
They just took away every cashier in my Walmart.
I was there the other day.
And made the situation so that nobody knows how to line up for these fucking robots that you're supposed to check out with. So there's always, at this Walmart that me and Sam go to, there's always a line of 50 people.
50?
I'm serious, Dan. There's an insane line for the one fucking checkout station, and then the other checkout station just open. And there's literally not even an employee in the fucking store to say, "Hey guys, no."
They didn't build enough robots. It's we understand you want to go to
chips. There's a chip
Still
shortage.
checking receipts though.
Yeah. Well, we can't have them stealing stuff too.
You're right.
Well, everybody is, because you scan one thing, you don't scan the next.
You don't put it on the thing.
Walmart's not like that. I told you, Walmart is not like Publix.
Yeah.
You
Man,
don't have
Publix
to have
got a
anything weighing
scale.
it. Yeah.
The people at Walmart, that system's a little too complicated for them. They had to. You can just write in the cart.
Because originally
Right
it did do that. It did have the weight.
They had that for a while.
Got rid of it. Yep.
Yeah.
They're at this point. They're like, steal whatever the fuck you want.
They don't give
It's
a
still
shit.
cheaper than employees.
Less
Employees
of a headache.
Yeah. They're suing us all the time. They're falling dead on the. Get them out of here. Get the fucking robots. Steal whatever you want. We're fucking rich.
That Walmart also has a security robot and cleaning robot.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, I don't.
Maybe they can do double duty. Change your apron,
Parking lot
robot. Get over
robot.
there.
They want to get out of the human business.
I do too. I just want to do this show for robots.
But anytime this happens, it always I know it compounds on itself, and then it's it gets out of control at a certain point. You see in all these movies, how did it get to this point where you're murdering the guy at the quarry or whatever it is, and then it all starts small, and then it snowballs, and then they can't stop. Kind of like Pat. It's once you spent $310, you spend that final $410 just to see where it goes. They're pot committed.
You just keep.
And I think, and then
fold, Pat, fold.
Yeah.
And then it ends. It's I think you remember the astronaut lady. She's driving to Florida. Diaper
I love that
on.
story. I love the diaper astronaut. Man,
And
I feel. How is she now?
That started with her getting mad at a text or something, whatever it is.
It was a love triangle.
And then next thing you know, I bet she didn't even probably. If you interviewed her, she'd be like, I don't even know how it got to the point where I'm planning to kidnap a human.
Yeah.
It just gets there. They don't even know.
Step 1: diapers.
I would love to sponsor her in the Cannonball Run.
She'd
kill it.
That movie that came out about it, where Natalie Portman played her,
There was a movie?
Yeah, tanked. She refused to wear the diaper. for the movie, and that's like the whole story. Everybody talked about the diaper.
Natalie Portman, did she just pretend to wear the diaper?
They didn't. I don't think they even like acknowledged that.
That's
that happened.
the whole point of the fucking story is the diaper. No diaper, no story.
Exactly.
It's also a weird stance to take when you shaved your entire head for V for Vendetta, right?
That's fine.
I didn't even know that.
She flirted with a child for Star Wars Episode 1.
That's true.
That is true.
All of this is true. Diaper too far.
Like,
Yeah.
you're
and then
also
she got jacked for like that female Thor movie or whatever. the
Female
hell.
Thor movie.
Isn't that
Or
where
is it Hulk? She-Hulk.
Oh, she's She-Hulk?
I think she's Thor.
I'm
not into the nerd shit.
Yeah, I'm
AJ,
glad to hear you say that. Come to
Help
my
me.
side. Yeah.
I'm just hoping the She-Hulk is Thor's hammer. That's a movie I could get behind.
Yeah. I'm all
I
right
think
with that.
She-Hulk is the girl that played Orphan Black. I don't know if anybody watched that. But.
Isn't it like Daniel Day-Lewis saying, like, I'm not wearing the top hat? Yeah. Gangs of New York. And you're like, but that's what they wear.
whole
Like,
thing.
no.
Yeah. No mustache either.
But you're an actor, and you're playing Bill the Butcher, who wears the top. Like, nope. It's
I'm
like,
reimagining the character.
you're an actress that's playing a character that wore a diaper. You
I'm
have to wear
reimagining the character, and he wears a flat brim Orioles
You
hat.
have to wear the diaper.
No Orioles.
All right.
She's also not kidnapping anymore.
Right.
Or that's not your name. Like,
Yeah.
this
You're
is
an
how
actor.
it works.
But I guess, how would you argue with her if she's like, I'll wear 2 or 3 extra sets of panties so it looks like I have on a diaper?
But there's got to be a scene where you're putting the diaper on, right? It's like,
We'll use a body double.
yeah, I guess.
You get a stunt ass, they pull the diaper up, that you never have to worry about. Right? They do a lot of that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure
but that's
if we
because they don't
dug
want to
into
show their
movies,
ass.
though, there'd be a lot of people that would say, like, oh, yeah, I don't do that around. I'm not brushing my teeth on camera. And people are like, what?
I just Googled just to make sure because someone told me that and I didn't actually look it up, and it is true. But every headline is like Natalie Portman movie about the diaper wearing astronaut has no diapers. Where's Natalie Portman's
That's why it
diaper?
tanked.
Give us diapers, Natalie Portman.
Yeah. Give us diapers. I'm with them. That's why it tanked. That would have been a hit if you put the diaper in there.
I think that is why it tanked.
You
Or-
changed the story.
CGI the diaper on after. It just
Yeah.
CGI
Oh,
it
yeah.
on.
It'd be like if you removed all the sick people from Aaron Brockovich. There's no movie.
They could put fucking tails on the avatars. They could put a diaper on Natalie Portman.
And they have sex with their diapers too. They rub them together.
Plug right into her neck.
Next to
I would ride the back of a dragon wearing a diaper.
Lady, Big Bar, California, Tom. This lady out hiking. You know how those California fuckers are. They hike. Attacked by a mountain lion.
Why couldn't it have been Kevin Smith?
I don't know. Attacked by a mountain
He
lion.
hikes a lot is the only reason I said that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I
he's
checked.
always to lose weight. That's how he loses weight.
I checked out on
and
Kevin
he
Smith
does
a
it,
long
man.
time
He
ago.
puts that hockey jersey on and up to the canyon he goes.
Kevin Smith might have been the first guy that I really liked before Twitter.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
And then like
he's in Orlando a lot. I
Twitter
hope he's not
ruined
mad at
Kevin
me
Smith
now.
for me.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Attacked by a mountain lion. Her 2.5-year-old Belgian Malinois? I don't know this dog. Her dog jumped in and fucking got the lion off of her, Tom.
No shit.
And so it's dog versus lion, which is what I always tell my dog that I'm expecting her to do if it comes to it. Eva comes running. She hits the cat. 55-pound dog, right? Fighting the lion for a little bit. The lady going at the lion with rocks, sticks, her fist.
Boom.
Tried to choke it. Tried to gouge its eyes. None of this is having
Trying
any.
to choke it. This is a long fight.
She went for a fucking eye gouge, dude. This
it
bitch-
biting her?
It's at this point, it's on the dog. Eva and the lion are tussling,
So now she's trying to save her dog.
and then the cat started doing that cat move where it's tried to disembowel the dog with
That's
the
what I
back
do to my
legs, you
wife
know?
when she's tickling me. I got it. Stop it.
1, 2,
Stop it.
3, and then you give her the legs, and then
God, you're tickling me.
and then I don't know. Oh, okay. So she runs to her car, grabs a tire iron, and manages to wave down a car. And so the car, the people in the car and this lady go back, and somebody had pepper spray at this point. They pepper spray the lion, and that's what made it run off.
It's crazy that the mountain lion didn't kill the dog, and all. It's like you ran to your car, got a tire iron, like waved down a car. Like in this meantime,
Cats do a lot of standoff.
Is it a standoff?
Yeah, cats
they
are
can't
like-
be actively fighting.
This
right?
is why cats are bad in a gunfight because they do a lot of like. They do like
Juking.
ha,
Yeah.
he, ha. Dogs will just run straight at it and start biting at it. Cats will pose, put their ass in the air, get low, get high, get a different juxtaposition.
Eva the dog, 2 skull fractures, punctured sinus cavity, severe damage to the left eye, seizures on the way to the vet, stabilized overnight.
No,
Wow, that's a tough dog.
So, do you treat the dog differently after it? You could say it kind of saved your life, or at least saved you from getting mauled.
It saved your life in the way that a bulletproof vest saves a life, right? It was a distraction to the mountain lion.
Okay, all right.
I'm not trying to be rude to the dog. I like that the dog...
Except that the bulletproof vest has no choice but to sit there. The sweet little Eva ran into the fray. Into the fray to defend her master.
Is that because she's dumb?
Maybe.
But it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, either way. Okay.
Wait,
our fucking dumbest Marine serving our country, I still respect him.
I agree with that. I think that I would treat the dog differently unless it got gross after.
Mangled.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little gross.
Eva's got a milky eye, and you're not into it anymore.
Or it's like it makes that thing. A lot of cats do this when cats get like facial things, so that when they breathe, them.
But it's always
sinus cavity. It might whistle. Yeah. This might be a whistler.
Yeah, we have to rehome that dog.
There's always
go to a shelter.
Like the hero dog. They try to pin awards to it, or like
not on its chest. Put it on a collar. Put it on the collar.
And it doesn't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you're wasting all this time.
When you tell it, you're like, "Look at your award. You got an award. You're a big boy. You got that award. You got a Purple Heart.
It's like every once
you got a gold star.
Yeah, every once in a while they'll give a police dog or whatever the Purple Heart or whatever,
and then they put a hat on it. They put a police hat on it. I'm like, there it is.
It doesn't know. like you're doing this all for yourselves because the dog
ate the Purple Heart. It's gonna have to wait till it shits it out.
Like the dog doesn't know that you're giving it praise at all. Like you give it a treat or whatever, doesn't have fucking no idea. It's like you can't.
You haven't got on your TikTok algorithm yet the little buttons where they can talk to you, where the dogs can talk to you and ask you what they want.
That's fake shit though. That's all fake shit. You just put a little you put fish on one of the buttons, and then the dog can fish.
It's just hitting the shit.
You should see me. You should see me at the house. Andrea's got a bag of Gringos. I'm like, Gringos.
It's just hitting the button. That's fucking no idea you give a fish. Of course it's hitting the button. If you traded it with doo-doo, it would still hit the button.
Yeah, it would.
And then you start
Chid.
All right, let's do one more, Ross.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Okay. I know where we're going. Let's go to Michigan. University of Michigan, I think a $3 million study to tell you what I told you a long fucking time ago.
Okay.
They were looking for ways to recycle, make the earth a better place. They discovered urine-based fertilizer is very, very good for flowers.
I saw this on my social media.
Long live the pineapple.
They
Someone stole that thing.
They sell a
at the last
plastic
beach party.
That's correct.
They sell a plastic funnel now that's for houseplants that you stick in your houseplants. So then you walk over and you go piss.
So my house smells like piss?
No, they made it look like a little flower.
It stinks.
I swear to God, I don't know if it stinks. I don't have one.
I mean, piss stinks.
Well, not mine, I don't think, because I was told I was dehydrated when I went to the doctor on Monday. She's like, but anyway, it looks like a flower. It looks like a tiny urinal on the back, but the other side looks like a flower, and you jam it down in there like those glass balls that old ladies have in their flowers, and you piss in it, and it just goes into the pot.
Yeah. And then the fucking gnats flying around.
Oh, my God.
Because there's going to be piss residue in the funnel.
I don't think piss attracts gnats. Is it the protein?
Quite the opposite. I would think they want fresh water.
Is it the protein in your urine? Is there something in there that would
like you need
attract gnats or mosquitoes? Or
it says urine can be good for houseplants as it has potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen in it.
Mm-hmm. And
but you could just buy plant food for $7 at Walmart, and then it's the same shit. You don't have to piss.
But what if I piss in my plant food?
This is ridiculous.
But Tom, according to a study published in the Environmental Science and Technology Journal, urine diversion and recycling leads to significant reductions in greenhouse gases, emissions, and energy.
Yeah, I guess there's the argument to be made where you're using the urine to feed your plants instead of wasting the water in the toilet, all that bullshit or whatever. But it's a drop in the bucket.
Saving water, all that bullshit.
I think of you.
Doomed.
I think of you every single time I take a shower or brush my teeth. I think of you and your wife because
That's
your wife makes you. No, it's not. It's because his wife, and has told this to me, that she will make you, like if you're washing a dish, you have to wash the dish, sink off, wash, soap, and then turn on, rinse, turn off.
Oh yeah, can't leave the sink on.
That and then I will catch myself. You know what I did the other day? And I was horrified because I'm trying not to do that. I was brushing my teeth, left the sink on, went and sat down to take a crap while I was brushing my teeth and left the sink on and sat there doing the entire crap.
Oh, my wife will hear it and start yelling through the door that the sink's been on too long.
Yeah. I think it's good that she does
Christ.
that, but I'm trying to be better, but I am bad.
Water conservation. I'm like, we don't live in goddamn
a fucking
California.
pool.
I mean, there's water everywhere.
I am really bad
We
about it.
live in a swamp.
I think about your wife every time I make a sandwich, Tom, and it is that thing you told us about her years ago. This stuck in my mind for whatever reason. Where, like, say you're making a PBJ, you get 2 slices of bread out, you get the peanut butter jar out, and you put a knife into the peanut butter and you peanut butter up your bread. Then you have to go wash the knife and use the same knife for the jelly. You can't use peanut butter knife, toss it in the sink, another knife for the jelly, right?
I'm 2-knife Danny.
I think about this constantly, and I've done the math on this so many times in my head, I can't fucking figure it out. What's the difference between using a peanut butter knife and washing it and then using it again for the jelly? And what's the difference between using a peanut butter knife, tossing it in the sink, and using a jelly knife? You're still washing the fucking peanut butter knife later. You're still...
Who's washing a knife? You have another slice of bread to wipe off the
You gotta
knife.
put it in the jelly jar, Sam. What are you, a goddamn subhuman?
You wipe the remnants on the clean bread, and now you got a clean knife, and then you stick it in the jelly.
Clean. There's still peanut butter residue. I'm with Ross on this one. I'm a 2-knife Danny. Like I do peanut butter, kakang, into the sink. I get a new knife out, jelly.
Yeah, he's right. Jelly first. Jelly comes off on the bread, then you just stick it in the peanut
And
butter.
those are lunatics if you're putting dirty knives in either the peanut butter jar
I
or
agree.
the jelly jar.
And I don't even. I'll throw one. Sorry to be weirdo, but I don't even use a knife for jelly. I use a spoon because it doesn't get enough out.
Yeah, scoop it out.
It does work.
The
better, yeah.
squirt bottle,
No,
which is the worst.
Why don't you just fucking give up? Why don't you just give up?
You're not American.
Yeah.
I know. I'm also not a man. I am a non-American man. Non-man. Anyway, but the jelly there's always a globule on the
Look,
bottom.
everybody's Team Sam in the chat. I'm just saying.
Listen, there's
all their screen names are Sam.
Well, don't pay attention to that part.
That's you.
in the squirt bottle, the jelly Welch's squirt bottle.
Welch's.
Yeah, the Welch's. Welch's.
Wait, do you get the goober one where it's peanut butter and jelly?
It's called goober grape, and it's mixed.
Also,
and if you use that, you're a. I was going to say a bad word.
You're a goober.
No, I was going to say a word you can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm never going to think about boogers the same now that you told that story about your wife on ACT. You'll have to listen to ACT next week. Every time I'm going to remember your wife.
We're going to be playing that on June 17th or
next
something.
Tuesday.
The peanut butter in the goober grape is barely even food quality. It's the
It's
worst
weird.
peanut butter.
And they trick you into thinking that it's all the way through, and it's just like yeah, it's like Aquafresh, right? It looks like Aquafresh.
Yes.
It's like the mixed things.
Okay, I am impressed at how clean they swirled it in there without, with there's no like. I'm like,
a machine that squirts it down.
I know, but whatever.
I know, but I still love it. God damn
It
it!
blows my mind every time.
When I still see planes fly, I'm like, oh shit!
Airplane.
I mean, it sounds incredible.
Oh shit, that's incredible. That ass.
I like the miracle of powered flight, and there's peanut butter in my jelly jar. The exact same level of miracle. Same miracle.
Same thing. It's all magnets to me.
he almost spilled his drink when he said that.
All right, let's get out of here.
Plug some stuff.
Ross.
You got a big show coming up, right?
Yeah.
We do. We got June 4th at the Bull and Bush. We're doing our 10-year show. Big Tim Murphy, Ross Paget, but too many comedians to list.
Damn.
It's going to be a fucking amazing show.
Heavy hitters, man.
Definitely come out for that. Tots with Ross. We got a fresh one with John Bustecker that's going to hit the flop real soon.
All right.
It was fun. We talked about winter and all kinds of fun stuff. I do want to shout out my buddy Eric at FNS Services.
Yeah, I've used Eric. He painted my house.
He's done stuff for you. He's done stuff for Tom before.
Yeah.
He's right now fixing my bathroom so that I can continue to insure my house. FNS Services LLC. I call them fucking shit services. When you look at your bathroom, you're like, fucking shit. You need to get FNS Services out there
That's a good way to remember it.
And his cell phone number 407-692-3818. Hit up Eric. And I just wanted to real quick. I know Eric, by the way, has a 160-pound dog. If you can't trust a guy with a fucking dog bigger than your kid, I don't know. You're gonna start
That's weighs more than me now.
I want to give my kid joke of the week.
All right.
This is well deserved too, but I'm very hard on their humor. This is we got a neighbor. This is the last of the old gray hairs in our neighborhood. When we first moved in, everybody on our street was like 70 to 80 years old, and that was 20 years ago. So they're all dead now, except for this guy. And his wife died like a year and a half ago, and I thought he was going to go. I thought he was gone. But this dude like doubled down on his health. He like fucking. Have you seen? Well, old people now have this thing called the F-22. It's a walker with a seat on it, but they kind of styled it like a sport car or a fucking a jet engine or something.
It's very Italian looking,
and they must have like some Medicaid ad where they sell them on late night TV because every fucking oldster in the world has one now.
They do. I looked them up, $700.
So shit,
they're expensive. Andrea and I looked them up.
So our neighbor trots his F-22 up and down the street. That's his exercise, right? And so and our kitchen window looks right out the street. The kid's like washing a cup or something for water. And we're both looking out the kitchen window, and my neighbor goes trotting by in his F-22. And I go, look at old Ronnie. He's a fitness nut. And my kid looks me in the eyes and he goes, fitness nut in his mouth.
Yeah! That's a classic.
That is a classic.
It's a classic.
So good.
I love it.
God, the old D's nuts. I like that.
I had never heard it with fitness nut before, though. I had never heard that one before. That was a new twist to me.
I do like the idea of the old man like not caring about his health when he was married to the old crow, and then she keeled over. He's like, "Oh shit,
I gotta get in shape.
I'm alive.
I gotta get laid."
He's like, "There's time, like before you're like, oh fuck it, what's there to live for?" And then your wife dies, and you're like, "Oh shit, let me start."
You know what sucks about what you're saying is that it's so true that if we really investigated that, we'd be super sad about life.
This guy is also the guy. He doesn't drive anymore, but a couple years ago when he was still driving, he would drive just about every time he drove away. 10 minutes later, an ambulance would scream up to his house because in his truck he had sat on his medical alert.
Dumb old man.
They charge you for that.
I know. OPD.
Maybe that's why he sold his truck.
I used to do it with my grill on the balcony and smoke blowing back into the house. Set off the fire alarm, and then Orlando Fire Department would pull up and make fun of me.
I've done it a couple times with my phone where it calls 911 or whatever if you hit the buttons or hold them for too long. or whatever.
It's the one on the side. If you hold it down, it'll do this.
Yeah.
It does this noise. It's like. Like, what the fuck is that?
Which it shouldn't do, because if you're like in a kidnap scenario and you're trying to be like discreet about it and you're setting off a fucking alarm.
He's in there in the trunk. He's got the shit. If you think that I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna really kill you if I hear
Exactly.
If I hear that, I'm gonna shit on your face, and I'm cutting your arms off with a hacksaw. I'm gonna be it's gonna be bad.
Sam,
Yes?
do you have a podcast this weekend?
I do. I'm going to be recording it after the live podcast at Hurricane Party. Going to go back to my house, Semantic Studios. I'm going to be hanging out with our friends Stevie and Dan, which will be released on Sunday. You can go to semanticspodcast.com. Yeah, I got Steely Dan.
Stevie Dan.
I'm actually going to see Steely Dan in a couple months. Yeah, Trav's a big fan.
Hey, 19.
Old man. Semanticspodcast.com. You can buy some shirts. We still have some beer glasses for sale.
You go to a Steely Dan show completely sober, right?
Yeah.
I think you could.
And you can sign up
but
for our Patreon, patreon.com/semantics. You can listen to You Heard About This One, which are a free conspiracy theory podcast on that, and as well as twitch.tv/semantics media. Please subscribe.
Yeah, get in that Patreon. Help her out a little bit. Listen to the shows.
Give me some
Participate.
coins.
Yes.
Tom,
Be
do you have
nice.
anything to plug?
I'll hope to see you guys at the Hurricane Party tomorrow.
I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And if you're not going to the live podcast, check out a bunch of those merch specials that Eric's got going on. And also sign up to become a BDM
Please.
if you want to get invited to our beach party happening in September.
Yeah, as always, if you have been thinking about it and would like to either become a BDM and subscribe, or possibly you have somebody or know somebody that might want to advertise with us, you can always hit us up at tom@tomandan.com.
Yes.
We'd like to hear from you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.